welcome one and all. What's going on? This is the Tuned In Live podcast. I am your host, Mike C. Hope you guys are having a banging good day. Right now, I'm just like looking out my window and I see nothing but rain on this New Year's Eve. What's going on? It is December 31st. It is New Year's Eve 2018. Man, what a year it has been, guys. It's been a banging year for all of us here at Arrow Entertainment, Arrow with a name. Before I get into today's program, I want to go ahead and do the old recap of where to find us and all. So if you're watching us right here on Twitch, the links are right below. You can follow us on our Twitter at ArrowOfficial17. If you're on Facebook and you don't have a Twitter, follow us on Facebook.com/arrowwithaname18. Yes, our link has changed because of Facebook's idiotic policies. We're not on Mixer or Caffeine.tv at the current moment. We haven't even done enough streams to move on over there. Also, if you want a refresher on this stream or any other stream, be sure to subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, Arrow Entertainment. Or if you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to hop on over to our Twitch channel, our main channel that we stream on, twitch.tv/arrowwithaname. And guys, let's get into it. 2018 has been a very interesting year. Well, you know what? Every year is very interesting to be exact. Every year, something new happens, something unique happens, something bad, something good. We always hope that year is going to be the best year for anything, in our lives. And then at the end of the year, we reflect and we're like, God, I can't believe this happened this year. I know, like, we're all hoping 2019 is going to be good. We all hope that we're going to do some good stuff in 2019. You know what? A lot of things that we tell ourselves, a lot of things we tell our friends and family, you realize at the end of the year, we don't even do that shit. We don't even follow up on our promises of the whole new year. We say we're going to do this. We say we got enough time. We will do this. And you know what? We never do it. I look at it like this, You only got one life to live, yeah. And you plan all this stuff to do, and you end up, you're too busy with whatever else. You're busy with family, you're busy with work, you're doing all this other stuff, you're keeping yourself busy, and it's just, it's a complete mind boggle. And at the end of the day, you realize, you know what I wanted to do today, I haven't even got it done. I'll do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes, something else comes up. It's something else. So for me, the last couple months, they've been very hectic. I've been very busy with a lot of stuff. I haven't even streamed that much. I was supposed to do like some streams. I was supposed to do a Chicken Squad episode with my co-host last night, but something came up. Like, okay, the other day, and it had to happen year end. Okay, my TV went up. I had this TV for almost 3 years. Almost 3 years. It's a smart TV. And it decides to just poof. Hey, what's going on, Dark? Yeah, are we all Jews? Yeah, I didn't even know if you were working today, man, or anything like that. I can always pull up the old Discord and bring you in. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. I mean, that is if you want to bring in. Yeah, my TV decided to go up, and now I'm just doing everything through my one computer monitor. Do that? Alright, let me go ahead and pull up the Discord here. Let me make sure I got the audio set on here. Yes, I do. Yeah, hold on, I gotta update Discord, or starting up or something. Do it now! Oh yeah, so while Discord is coming up, oh great, I gotta log in. That's always good. And a lot of this shit I keep forgetting my logins for. Because I'm never really in, I'm never really using Discord that much unless we're doing a stream or something. We barely get online and do some games on here now and then. Of course, it needs a two. This is what I hate about fucking two-step. I mean, it's good for something, but let's see, authenticator. This is going to let me do it. Yep. There we go. Is it going to let me in now? Discord, are you listening? Yes, I'm listening. Discord is up. I see you in there, Dark. Let's go ahead and hold on. I gotta do some stuff here. Okay. Video. Let's check. Oh, there we go. And the output's coming through that. Okay, so everything should be good. Why am I not hearing you? Let's see, you're not on mute. Oh, wait a minute. Duh.
There we go.
And there's my co-host, Dark. What's going on, man?
Oh, another beautiful day.
Yeah. Yeah, we were actually supposed to do a year-end stream the other day, guys, but things came up on Dark's end, and things came up on my end, too. I had some shit going on for me.
Your TV went to shit.
Yes, it did.
It's all that porn you were watching on it. I swear to God, that's what caused it.
Yeah, damn that Fire Stick.
Damn Pornhub.
It's just funny. I come home Saturday morning from work, and I go to turn the TV on. I'm unwinding and shit, getting ready to lay down and all, and TV just turns off. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you now? So I'm unplugging it, plugging it back in. It's one of those damn smart TVs, and
oh God,
yeah, and it's the off-brand Hisense. It looked like a decent brand when we first got it. I mean, the picture quality is pretty crisp.
I mean, you got 3 years out of it, so
yeah, it was
too mad, really.
It was a cheap brand,
right?
$400. So I got to turn it back on, and it's like the Hisense logo comes up for like a fraction of a second, then it goes black, and then the standby light blinks like 6 times. So I'm online looking it up, and it's like, oh, it has something to do with the power supply recoil or something, and the motherboard of the TV. I'm like, these TVs have motherboards now?
Yeah, it's a smart TV. It has to.
Yeah. And you don't have a Radio Shack anymore, and you barely can find these mom and pop shops anymore.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, finding these parts online is probably like $100. It's probably worth more than the TV itself. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just save up, get me another TV. I have everything running through the computer monitor now.
Dude, honestly, just your best bet's go out and buy another computer monitor.
I'm thinking about it, yeah.
It's hell of a lot cheaper.
And they last longer, too. Like, this monitor I have is an Asus. It's a 21-inch.
Right. They last longer.
It does. I've had this monitor for about 4 years now, and it's doing pretty good. I have everything going through it. I got the computer running through it. It's got 2 HDMI outputs. And everything, like my game consoles, even my cable box I have running through an HDMI switch box, so that's running to the monitor itself.
So it's not like you can't watch TV on it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was doing last night before I went to bed. Well, after I got off with the guys, we were playing PUBG, and kind of hoping you were there for that moment. But I think you were working.
No, I'm off until Wednesday.
Oh, that's right, because you said you had like 2 weeks off or something until the New Year.
No one hits me up.
Oh, damn.
No one hit me up to let me know.
Yeah, because I completely forgot that you were off from work. I forgot you said that about a week or so ago.
I'm gonna bitch smack every single one of you fuckers. I swear to fucking God.
Oh, yeah,
here's your year-end review, folks. I'm about to just smack all the guys.
Yeah, just bitch slap every single one of your co-hosts. Be like, where the fuck was I at? It was just me, me, Shadow Wolf, and his nephew. I mean, we got some kills last night. Well, it's funny. We were on Sanhok at one point, and they all decided, let's go to boot camp. So I'm like, yeah, boot camp's kind of full. So I go off to the fucking west side, and I hide in the house on the other island, and they're just standing there. They went for a crate. Wolf finally got himself a level 3 helmet. He's like, this is the first time I got this. And then, of course, he was the first to go down.
Good. He deserved it. Oh, look! Speak of the devil!
What's up, man? Hey, Wolf, Discord's up, man, if you want to pop in. I don't know how your headset is. Like, last night we got in there, and it was either his headset... I think it was his headset, because every time he moved around and did something, it was all staticky, like...
oh my God. You want Mr. Roboto?
Yeah. I told him he sounded like RoboCop taking a shit.
Damn, it was that bad, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it was even bad on his end, too. He was like, God damn this headset. So he took it out of the controller, and then he hooked it up to his phone. And it was good for a few minutes, and then it just started acting up again. So I think he got another headset hooked up after that. But we were having some good times there. Other than that, how was your Christmas, man?
Oh, you know, it was all right.
Yeah,
got a bottle of Jameson, so...
Oh, there you go. I guess you drunk that all up, or are you saving it for tonight?
I'm saving that shit for tonight. The fuck, bro?
There you go. I wish I could have something to drink. I gotta work tonight.
Oh, you poor bastard.
Who knows? I might give me something light, take it in, and be like, Happy New Year, I'm gonna go hide somewhere and drink this.
Get a bottle of champagne. There you go.
Yep.
Can't get drunk off of champagne.
Wolf said he's drinking tonight, too. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, cat piss doesn't count, Wolf. Just saying.
Get drunk and Wolfie style it.
Oh.
God, I even got my neighbor Jerry saying that shit now.
That's been a good joke for, what, the last half part of this year?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Wolf style.
I mean, hell, it doesn't even really fully account toward him. It's like we all use it against each other and shit. But hey, right. it's copyrighted by Wolfang.
Right. It's just the fact that it's been a running joke for half a year now.
Yep. And to those of you new ones who are watching, like if you watch any of our streams, like you would get the joke. Like anytime we stream, it's not PG-13 rated. It's not even R rated.
No, it has no rating because you never know what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just look at our past podcasts and shit.
Chicken squads.
Yep. Yeah, don't worry, folks.
Red zone.
Oh, that's one good reflect right there. Dark's red zone.
God.
And it was just funny during that podcast. It was just random, you know. I was running from some enemy, and you were telling me he was coming through the house, and I went out the back, and then it just popped up, and you just started screaming, "Get me!"
Oh,
and
man.
it just became the running joke of the whole thing.
It has.
Actually, there's like 2 or 3 times in there. I remember because I did a best of dark clip.
You did.
And it was like the first time, you know, like it was Vietnam flashbacks and shit.
Fucking Vietnam flashbacks.
Then you're like, oh, this is cyberbullying because it's like the first one that disappeared and it came right back on top of you and Bane.
Oh my god, that was some cyberbully shit. Oh.
And Kira was like, oh god, it moved over. It's like no matter what you all did, it followed you.
I still say Wolf was at fault for it following us. I don't even think Wolf was there for that, but it was his fault.
Well, speaking of which, one of the games we played last night on Enrangle, and we landed toward the what was it, the dock area, and we were running across the field over to Milta, and we were like, as soon as we were running, the fucking red zone just popped up, and I'm like, well, we got to run right through it. We ain't got no choice. And this is when his nephew came on. His nephew was the first one to go down through the red zone. So I turn around, I pick him up, and we already got like 2 teams firing at us. So we're fucking running through the field. I'm telling you, man, the fucking napalm was just like so close for comfort. Like I thought I was a goner 3 or 4 times.
But did you die?
Nope. It was just like right one time. It was like right in front of me, and then it was off to the left, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is how it's going to end."
Yeah, again, this is how it goes.
Oh my god. But yeah, we had a lot of spectacular moments this year, guys. You know, our series Chicken Squad. We're going to get together. We're going to do some more episodes in the future.
Oh, yeah, we have to figure something out. Yeah.
Yeah, Kick started off with episode 25 because we left off with 24.
Yep.
But any of you guys listening now, you can always go back to our YouTube channel. You could check them out. We got all of our Chicken Squad episodes. We got compilations up over there along with our other gameplay streams and such. But we got so much more to do in the future, and we had so much happening this year. Oh god.
Seems like this last few months have just been chaos for all of us, where we haven't been able to get together to do streams.
Yeah, it was either work or just other things going on. Like, I barely had the time to play a lot of the other games that I have. Like, I barely put a dent in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I haven't even started Shadow of the Tomb Raider yet. I feel bad about that.
Don't.
And I know you've been wanting to get Just Cause 4, and you haven't even done that yet.
No, I haven't been able to afford it.
Yeah. And then of course, it's like I was talking to Kira, and we were talking about what we got for Christmas because his wife had got him his gaming chair. He finally got his gaming chair. I was like, oh shit, that's nice. And I'm just like, yeah, I got Old Spice, which is what I get every year.
Oh, that's funny.
And then he's like, well, you gotta figure, we can't ask anybody to get us any video games because we pretty much got them all. I was like, yeah, that's true.
Right.
It's like on my end, since Bane and I game share, it's like we got just about every exclusive that's come out within the last 3 months.
Yeah, no shit.
Except for Just Cause. We'll probably get Just Cause in the new year. Tax season, bitches.
Man, fucking Ace Combat 7 even.
Yep. That's on Xbox also, ain't it? Or is it just PS4?
Yes. No, it is on Xbox as well.
Okay. I haven't played Ace Combat since AC6, and that was back on 360, and I love that game.
I was about to say, that was a 360, yep.
And I'm like, oh my god, because that was one thing that interested me a few years ago was like those aerial combat games. Because I know Kira, he had, I think it's Blazing Angels on 360.
Oh yeah,
and I love that game. And I played Ace Combat, and I'm like, that's what I.
There was Ace Combat 6, and there was another Ace Combat on the 360, I believe.
Yeah, there was like 2 or 3 of them. I remember. I mean. 6 was the only one that I vaguely remember playing, and I can't remember what the other one was. And then, of course, you know, it's coming back in full force, and I'm like, oh, good.
Well, they take forever to make these games.
As long as it's really good, you know? As long as it ain't another Duke Nukem rehash or anything.
Oh, my God.
God, that thing took forever. Yeah, Duke Nukem Forever, yeah, that shit took forever to fucking do.
And then it flopped.
Yep. I mean, I sort of enjoyed it for what it was, in a sense. You know, I played it. There's like, I played it a little bit on and off. And
Assault Horizon and Fires of Liberation. Those were the 2 on the
that's what it was.
360.
Yep, that's what it was. Okay. Now I remember.
And I had both of them.
Oh yeah.
And I loved them. Favorite games. Oh, hands down.
Yep, and I'm open to pretty much every genre of game. Like, I've even played FIFA a couple times and actually enjoyed it. Like, I'm open to pretty much all. Well, indie games, I barely play indie games, but there are quite a few
There
good ones.
are some very good indie games out there. It's a matter of finding them.
Yep, and a lot of them are on Xbox Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, Ashen is a new one that just came out on there. Below, I think it's called Below. It's another new one that just came out.
Right.
God, there's even one game that Bane got. We gotta finish together. Well, we did a stream of it last year. It was that game A Way Out from EA.
Oh, that's right. A Way Out. Man, I forgot about that game.
That's a very unique game. It's like you cannot play that solo. You have to have somebody with you. Either couch co-op or online. And it was very intense too, from what we've played, and I enjoyed it. We sat for like 2 hours doing the prison breakout. I mean, of course, you do break out of prison in the game. You know, I mean, you're not in prison the whole game, but just the first part of it was so intense, and it's like everything had to be on point. Everything was kind of timed in a way. You gotta watch each other's backs, literally. Like, it's not one of those where it's like you got the whole screen to yourself. You see what your partner is doing on the other side.
I still say we should have left Bane in the prison.
Well, the first 5 minutes of it, when they're doing the introduction, all you see is fucking ass and dong in there, and
no, Bane was in heaven then. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why'd he leave?
He was in here, or
no, in the prison.
In the prison. I guess he wanted me to help him out. He's like, we gotta get out of this shit now.
What was it? Too much ass and dong for him? What the fuck?
I guess so. It just started out. So yeah, I do got a couple lists up we can go through. Like, the first one, of course, is going to be the video game releases of the year. Like, a whole bunch of different games that we've went through, played, and just some memories. You know, like what we went through. Like, starting in January, like the most memorable ones for us in January, and everybody was into it. I couldn't get into it. Was Monster Hunter World.
I wasn't even into it.
Yeah.
But they're apparently a DLC that patch that is coming is putting Assassin's Creed shit into it.
Yeah, because they're putting a whole bunch of stuff into that. Like,
so I'm like, what? Like, okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. Like, I don't know.
See, for me, like, the only way to, like, kill the monsters off and capture them was, like, a very unique way, and I just had a little trouble, like, getting with that, the gameplay of it. It was just a little too confusing for me. I was expecting, like, to go in there with these, you know, big swords and shit, just killing something, and if I want to capture it, you know, take its health, you know, typical hack and slash game, but this is much different. And every boss I kept coming up to, and I was like very early stages, like even with Kira and Bane helping me out, I'm like, God, this motherfucker won't die. It's like you gotta kill him in a very particular way. And I played it, what was it? I played it for maybe about 3 weeks, and I just said, fuck it. I deleted it off my console. I'm like, hey, Bane bought it. I ain't fucking where. I just delete that shit off my console.
Right. Like, if it's something you're not enjoying, why keep it?
Yeah. And I'm like, I didn't buy it. Like, it was for free, so.
Right.
But one game I did enjoy, and I really got to get back into playing it because they just released some DLC for it, is Dragon Ball Fighters or Fighter Z, however you want to put it.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody was saying that is like...
Why is this still on my console? I played you one time, never played you again. Fuck you, Fortnite. I am sorry to whoever actually, no, I'm not sorry to whoever I offended. Fortnite is trash.
Oh, believe me, I know. I mean, I'm not in love with the game. I just know, like... I see it there, and I'm like, okay, I'll play maybe a couple games on it. Especially my neighbor. My neighbor is like so competitive when it comes to that game, and he'll be like, "Hey, yo, let's hop online some Fortnite." I'll be like, "Yeah, okay, we'll sit there and play." I'm not gonna do the shit that he does. Like, he'll buy the season pass, which is like $10.
No, the battle pass every season.
Yeah. And it's like, all right, $10 for what? 100 tiers. You play the game, you rank up, you complete challenges, and get what? Dance moves, skins, and shit like that. And then, of course,
yeah, it's a cool way to get the shit, but is it really worth the $10 every fucking quarter, every season? No.
It ain't worth getting a new controller when you smash that motherfucker.
If I want to smash my controller, I'll play PUBG. Thank you very much. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at least I could get some fucking kills in PUBG. At least I could do something in PUBG rather than... With Fortnite, it was an interesting concept. It wasn't the first Battle Royale game to come out. It was interesting, but for me, I can't get with the whole run and gun and then build a fucking house around me to defend myself. Like, people are...
I don't want to shoot and play Minecraft at the same time, people. No.
Pretty much, yeah. I can't get with that. Like, I've watched him play. I watched my neighbor play. Like, okay, he's a fast builder, and there's some people out there that can really build some, fast shit. But I'm like, I can't get with that. I can't focus on doing 2 or 3 different things at once. Like building, shooting, and watching my ass. I can't do that.
Fuck, you can't even watch your ass in PUBG. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the only good thing for me about Fortnite is the offline mode, the waves of enemies. I'm like, okay, that should have been the main focus of the game. They should have.
It was.
Yeah.
Originally, it was. But it was doing so terribly, they're like, all right, we got to come up with something to give this game life. Mm-hmm. Here, have a fucking BR mode.
Yeah.
And have at it, guys, because this is what we're going to do now. We're not focusing on main game. We're going to focus on Battle Royale. Yep. And that is what they've done.
And then the most fucked up thing about that, I believe, like, I know they made a lot of money off of it. They market it in a certain way. People are fucking addicted to it. People are getting divorced and broken up over it. But I'm like, the Battle Royale mode is free to download and free to play. I mean, of course, the microtransactions in it are fucking ridiculous. You got to put a ridiculous amount of money in there if you want skins and dance moves. But I'm like, I don't need all that shit. But if I want to play the whole game, if I want to get the whole experience, including the single player, I got to pay $60 for the fucking game.
They still have the single player at $60.
As far as I know, yeah.
Last I knew, they dropped it to 20.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then, of course, here's the other thing. You get one sorry sucker who buys a game for the $90 bundle or the $120 bundle. They get the game, and then they get 2 codes, and they can give those 2 codes to any of their friends to use. And I'm thinking... So you're basically buying 3 copies of the same game so you and 2 other friends can fucking play. That makes no sense.
That is exactly what those morons are doing over there. And you know what? Let those people waste their money on the game.
Yep.
It ain't my money that's being wasted on the game. I don't give a shit.
Because I forgot which Bane got. I think Bane got the... I don't think he spent $100 on it. He did buy the $80-some bundle. He got a code or 2.
Bane bought Fortnite? Really?
Yeah. So he gave a code to his son. He gave one to my stepson, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't need a code since we're game sharing, so I don't need a code."
I want to smack this shit out of Bane now. I swear to God.
Oh God, when did he buy that? He bought that. That was sometime back in the springtime he bought that, the whole bundle and shit. I
want to kill him.
And I played maybe a couple chapters in the single player, and of course I tried doing the online. Like me and him together, we tried doing the online, but it just didn't compute. Every time you go in there, somebody's miraculously dropping you with a headshot from somewhere, on the other side of a fucking hill.
Right, ain't it a miracle how they are doing that? Like, no, motherfucker, quit cheating.
Yeah, the game's been out for like, oh god, what, almost 2 years or just over 2 years because yeah, it was announced 2016 during the video game awards, not the awards, during E3. So the
Uh,
game's been out for about 2 years and it's still getting fucking awards and shit. I'm like, I swear to God, if
well,
you,
yeah, because BR's was getting it all those rewards.
yep. But now BR, it's starting to hit other platforms now. Well, game wise, it's PUBG. PUBG's real popular. Then it's hit Call of Duty. Blackout is all right. It's decent. It's trying to be something unique and new. Like I will play Blackout over Fortnite definitely. Like PUBG, yeah, PUBG's my number one game. I enjoy the fuck out of PUBG. I will always play that. But when it comes to the other ones, I will play Blackout before I play Fortnite.
I'm going to say this one time and one time only. I want Tom Clancy to put out a BR mode.
Yes. Yes, put it in the division, guys.
Oh,
That would be
that.
something.
Ooh. See, I was thinking more like Wildlands because Wildlands has a map
Okay.
for it.
Yeah, because that's a big fucking map. I gotta get back into playing that. I have to beat that game.
They have a new mission in it, special operation mission in it that I still need to work on. Even
God, I was supposed to try to get in there for the Predator shit, and I've barely done that. And there was a few other. What was it?
there's Predator, Sam Fisher.
That's the other one.
Rainbow Six Siege, and this new one, which is Ghost Recon, Advanced Warfare. Shit.
Oh, okay, I did hear about that. Because I know Shadow gets in there every now and then to do the challenges on the, I think it's the weekly challenges, I guess. Yeah, he'll go in there, he'll do the challenges with his sister and get all that done. I gotta get back in and actually beat the game. I've probably completed like the first couple chapters on it.
So I've beat the whole game,
Yeah.
except for the bonus shit that they keep adding in.
Damn. Let's see. We had quite a few releases in February. Holy shit. The one I've wanted to play Battalion 1944. That was a PC game.
Yeah, that was a PC game, which I heard different things about.
Yeah. I gotta look at it on Steam later. I'm gonna see if that's still on there.
I believe it is.
UFC 3. I actually gotta say, I have UFC 3 through EA Access, and I actually enjoy this one over the previous two. Because for me, UFC and UFC 2, I felt the gameplay and the controls were kind of clunky and slow. But with this one, it seems like they fixed it up quite a bit. And I do actually, from what I play, I've actually enjoyed playing that one. I don't know if you're into UFC.
No, I am not, but everyone has their taste of games, and with me having EA Access, I could easily get number 3 to play it.
Yeah, and it's free on there right now. I got that downloaded. I'm gonna probably do a stream in the future for it. Let's see.
Do you want? Like I said. You want me to play a fighting game? Bring back Marvel Nemesis: Rise of the Imperfects. I swear to God, I'll whoop everyone's ass in it.
Hell, I actually have physical Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom. What's going on, Cypher? You said governor's in here? Where's the governor at? Hello, governor.
I know that there's a couple assholes, but no governors.
What's going on, Cypher? We're reflecting on 2018. I mean, if I don't even think, are you in our Discord? Let's see.
No. Remember that whole thingy,
majig?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. Is there a way I can invite you? I don't even know. I don't know if you want to come in with us and then talk, or I'm trying to figure out how to fucking mention member list. Discord is still fucking jabroni.
Well, it's because of your jabroni ass that it's jabroni.
Copy. Okay, maybe I could send it to your Discord. Okay, I'll send it to your Discord cipher if you want to hop in on us. Just let us know. Okay, so we already talked about those two. There's quite a few other games. God, February saw a good amount of games come out, and it looks like a lot of them are indie or games that you wouldn't even think about playing. Like it was Dynasty Warriors 9. I actually enjoyed Dynasty Warriors for a good hack and slash type game.
It's good as a hack and slash.
Oh god, and I remember getting so much grief for buying this Metal Gear Survive.
Because it was trash, and it still is.
Yep. And the funniest thing is, Shadow is probably the only one out of all of us that actually enjoyed it.
I know. But it's Shadow. Are you surprised? Like...
Because I'm like, god damn, I had a hard time getting with the game. Like, I played it for like... Actually, I streamed it for like 2 hours. I was on and off back and forth between that, and then I switched to another game. And then after I got done with that game, I went back to try to do a little bit more of Survive, and I couldn't get with it. I'm like... just the certain aspects of the game, it's... You would have to play it to understand my frustration with it. I haven't played it since then. I've tried it maybe one other time. It's too damn difficult when you start out. It's got that well, they just added it to Fallout 76, and we'll get into that in a little bit.
Oh god, we will get into that steaming pile of shit in a minute.
But it's got the thing where you got to keep your hunger up, you got to keep your thirst up. It's got those survival aspects to it, and I'm like, that's just a little bit too much to even add to a game. I'm trying to figure out how to fortify my defenses at my base and shit. I gotta go out and save people. I gotta fight these diamond head motherfuckers. You know, they got these fucking diamonds on their head or shit like that. It kind of reminds me of the what the hell is it? It's a poster for one of those movies. Was it Thank You for Not Smoking or something, where the guy had a cigarette for a head or something?
Oh, that's... kind
of reminds me of that, but they got the diamond head.
God, I'd rather deal with the fucking Silent Hill game where it's just, hey, look.
Yeah, pyramid head. Yeah.
Just 20 pyramid heads coming after you. I'd rather deal with that.
Yep. Oh god, we had a whole bunch of other, side games. Like, I haven't even really tried. Like, some of these are even for PC and Switch. Like, what is this? Past Cure, that was on PS4 and Xbox. I heard so things about Past Cure. Sword Art Online, Gravel, The Blob 2. They put Payday 2 on the Switch.
Which is not a surprise at all.
Yeah, it's an older game. It's like, this was back on PS3, I believe.
Payday 2 was on the 360, the PS3, yeah. Mm-hmm. But it does not surprise me that it went on the Switch because it still has such a popularity in it.
Yep. And that's even more surprising to me. Like, okay, the Switch is pretty decent with what it's doing right now. I mean, you can put Doom on there. You could put Wolfenstein on there. But for some reason they're like, oh, we can't put Red Dead Redemption 2 on there. I'm like, well, duh.
Because they don't know how to.
Yep. I was surprised.
They could. But Rockstar's like, nah. We don't know how they do it.
Yep. That's like with Doom, okay, like, alright, in Bethesda, they put Doom and Wolfenstein on there. My brother has a Switch, and he has both of them. And I played Doom, and surprisingly, Doom plays pretty well for what the console has, for the specs the console has. It's dubbed down resolution-wise, because you're not going to expect the Switch to have the specs that a PS4 or an Xbox One has. But
right.
It actually did pretty well. It played pretty well, very fluently. The multiplayer, of course, you're gonna have to download that, so you gotta have like a memory. I don't know if the Switch takes memory cards, or I don't even know what the internal storage is on that console. I forgot to ask him. But for like some of that
who
stuff,
knows?
yeah, because for some of that stuff, you would have to download, in order to get the full experience. Yes, Cypher. All you got to do is click on under voice channels. Just click on general to add yourself, and I can just unmute you if you still want to come in. Because I forgot I had to do that. So you just go where the voice channel is on the Discord. There you go, and I'll just unmute you. Or wait a minute, why didn't they let me unmute you? What the fuck? Oh, here we go. Server mute. There we go. You should be talking now. He might have to get his microphone hooked up, but you are unmuted.
I think he forgot how to work his microphone.
It's been a while. Okay, so let's move on to March. Let's see. March had oh god, I remember when this came out in March. The Nintendo Labo for the Switch. That thing looked like complete garbage.
It still is complete garbage. What are you talking about?
Like, how are you gonna pay $100 for cardboard? Fucking cardboard!
Because people are idiots? I don't know.
I'm like, okay, Nintendo, you had an interesting idea, but I would not pay $100 for fucking cardboard.
It's Nintendo. They're like, yeah, we can do stupid shit and still make money.
Mm-hmm. And then of course it's like, okay, what if the cardboard breaks or rips or whatever? I'm like, oh, can I get some more? Like, oh yeah, you can buy some more for like $60.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, fuck that. I'll go to Walmart, get me a cardboard box, and just like measure it out and make my own shit.
It'll work, I bet you. If it doesn't, damn it, I tried.
Alright, let's see. I know you had yourself muted and all. Let's see. Might be on your end, Cypher. Go into your settings, your user settings, and then go down to voice and video, and make sure that your input and output devices are set to however you want to have it come through. That's what I had to do before I came in.
Oh, hey, Grievous. How's it going? I am not playing Battlefront 2 while we are doing this right now.
Oh, God. Man, I gotta get back in it. That's right. The other new character came out this month. Ooh, that was what, Dooku, I think?
No, they did not. I don't think so. No, I think they were taking the month off for the holiday season and all that.
Oh, wow.
Which is cool. I mean, whatever.
Damn. Don't tell me I gotta come over to your house again, Cypher, and help you set that up.
God damn it, Cypher.
It has something to do with the user settings. Like I said, you click on the little setting wheel at the bottom. Just click on user settings and then go to voice and video. Like I said, whatever your microphone is, make sure check down in the bottom right corner where your audio settings are. Make sure your microphone.
Make sure you don't have it push to talk.
That too, yeah. Make sure you have push to talk unchecked. Because that can screw you right there too.
That is every time.
Yep. Let's see, March. We've seen quite a few games in March. Let's see. Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition. Final Fantasy 15 was It was meh.
It was Final Fantasy, yippee.
Yeah. Devil May Cry HD Collection. Oh god.
That's cool because they're putting out the new ones, I think, soonish.
I think it's coming out in March or April, one of those.
Yeah, something like that. So I mean, that was pretty dope. That hey, here's a new, here's a HD collection of Devil May Cry for everyone. Yep. That's pretty cool.
And I played the demo for 5, and I enjoyed it. Like, they've really upped it for the new generation console.
Well, Devil May Cry has always been one of those hack and slash games that have done that, though.
Oh, let's see, Cypher. You got yourself muted and you got yourself deafened. Oh, fuck. And I can't even do it on my end. You gotta love Discord.
Discord, you went full retard. Never go full retard.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Check your microphone settings and your audio settings. Like if you right click on the speaker at the bottom and go to sound, it'll bring up that box, and you got like playback and recording. Make sure your mic's set, whatever your mic's set to. Make sure that's the setting in your Discord settings for the microphone. Let's see, what else do we have? Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered. Of course, they had to bring all the past Creed games out remastered.
Of course.
Burnout Paradise Remastered. Yeah, it's still just as good, but give us another give us a fucking Burnout, another Burnout game. You want to remaster something? Remaster Burnout 3. That's what everybody wants.
No, see, I was happier with that. Paradise was remastered. I enjoyed Paradise more than 3.
Yeah, I do like Paradise for what it was. I played the hell out of it when I had it on 360, and I know a lot of people are like, "Bring out Burnout 3 Takedown." Like, yeah, I would love to see that too.
Yeah. I have to bounce. Shit just came up, so
okay.
I will catch you later. You guys have a great stream. I really wish I could stick around longer though.
That's all good, man. Thanks for dropping in anyway, and enjoy your New Year's Eve and all, and we'll catch you in the future, man.
Yep. Later.
Later, man. Alrighty. You might have to hit the. There you go. And of course, Cypher, while you're still figuring that out, you're still in the chat and all. Just figure out the settings over there. It's a pain in the ass when it comes to Discord. I know it's a true blue pain in the ass. So while Cypher is trying to figure out on his end, I'm going to go through the list of games that came out this past year. So we got, what was that? Back in March, we had Attack on Titan, Sea of Thieves. I haven't even really put too much time into Sea of Thieves. It's a multiplayer game, you know, where you're a pirate, you're on the sea and shit. And it's one of those games where you got to have multiple people playing with you in order to fully enjoy it, because you're actually commanding a ship and it takes a lot to do, and of course you got other people attacking. It's a good experience if you want to play as a pirate, you know, if you want to have a full crew on your ship and all. Like, it takes a lot to do, like navigating the seas, watching the map, hoisting the anchor and shit like that. It's a lot to do. It's an interesting game from Rareware. Rareware has some pretty decent games. I mean, look, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie, you know, all those good games out there. So this was a pretty decent one. Not a whole lot of people talk about it now, but it was very interesting, and I played it. I still got it on PC, and I think I still got it on Xbox. I might actually do a stream on it here in the future. See who all I can get in to play that with me. And of course, Dark and I were talking about it, A Way Out. That's a very unique game from EA Games. It requires 2 people to play the game. You can't do it solo. But the best part is you can either do a couch co-op or you could do online. Also, the newest thing that they brought to it was, if, let's say, Cypher don't have A Way Out, I can actually send him an invite on Xbox to come try it out with me, and he can play the game with me, which is pretty unique. I've yet to try that aspect out, but hopefully I can here soon, because I have it re-downloaded. We also had it was a 3DS release, Detective Pikachu. There's actually a movie coming out. It's a live-action Pokemon movie. I can't wait for that. Far Cry 5, oh my god. What can I say about Far Cry 5? The best, for me, in the series so far, aside from 3. I enjoyed Far Cry. What the fuck am I... Far Cry 3 was a good game. I enjoyed it. I platinumed it on PS3. I played the fuck out of it. Far Cry 4, for whatever reason, I couldn't get too much into it. It was still a good game, but I didn't put a whole lot of gameplay into Far Cry 4 from what I wanted. Primal was really good. I enjoyed Primal. I have yet to beat it. but I do enjoy, the old Agent Caveman aspect of it, and hunting. Like, I enjoyed that. Far Cry 5 though was a blast, especially with the multiplayer. You could bring other people in with you, help you out with missions and shit, just blow shit up, have so much chaos happening all at once. And the glitches, oh my god, the fucking glitches of the game. When it first came out, I have a couple compilations on our YouTube channel with that. It was so much fun. I enjoyed Far Cry 5. I beat it. I still got to go back and complete the DLC for it and take care of everything else. But Far Cry 5 is definitely superb, and they got a new one coming out within the new year. I forgot what it's called, and I can't wait to play that. Agony is a first-person horror game. Takes place in the depths of hell, and it was very interesting from what I saw in the trailer. Especially this game has like a lot of graphic detail to it, not just the violence and gore, but nudity and shit. Like, here's something funny. Okay, Microsoft recently did something to their policies on Xbox to where you can't send text messages or send certain messages with like vulgar comments or pictures, and if you do, or even if you take a screenshot in a game of a pair of tits and it uploads to the the community board on Xbox, Microsoft will see it, flag it, which is what they did to me. They flagged it, but they didn't do much today. They just took the content down. I took a picture of this woman in this game, Agony. She was coming up from the ground. You can see her bare tits and shit. So I took a screenshot of it. I was going to share it to my buddies on Xbox. Never get a chance to. Then when I went to go to check something, I got a message from Microsoft saying, this content was flagged for nudity and graphic content and shit like that. So the only thing they did was take it down. I'm like, well, ain't that about a bitch? The game didn't do too hot, though. Agony was sort of a hot piece of garbage, in a way, And it didn't favor best with a lot of people. I have it on Steam, and I have it on Xbox, so it is what it is. I think Cypher's still trying to figure it out. If you got to, man, like, hang up and reconnect, maybe that'll work. I don't know. God, I'm getting sick again. April, let's see. What do we have come out in April? Oh, for you PS4 fans, we had God of War. God of War finally came out. I've yet to play God of War, but I heard so many good things about it. And I've yet to play it, and I want to play it. Do you have your microphone set up or hooked up? Oh, that could be the issue, because I'm not hearing you at all. Like, your name's just sitting there. I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah, you might want to tweak your microphone just a little bit. I know Discord is kind of funky with that. But yeah, I have yet to play God of War, and I've heard so many good things about it, and I've been wanting to play it. I'll play it in the future sometime. Maybe when I get settled down, probably get another PS4. I'll get that. Oh, let's see, Labo. Yeah, Labo was a piece of shit when that came out. I haven't tried out the Labo, but oh god. South Park: The Fractured But Whole. That finally released, and it's a pretty good game. South Park, it's a very good action RPG game in the world of South Park. This game was set to come out last year, like spring last year. And then they pushed it to September or October. And then they pushed it again to the end of December. And then they pushed it to April. And at that time, Bane had it pre-ordered. And he said, you know what? If this game's never going to come out, I want a refund. So he got a refund for it. But then when the game actually came out, and they said, okay, April 24th is when it's coming out. Oh, wait a minute, that's for the Switch. When did it come out, actually? It came out this year. I played a little bit of it, but I can't remember when it came out. But it came out on the Switch in April. I'm having a mistake. I know they pushed it back quite a few times, and people were very unhappy with that shit. Let's see. Cypher's still having problems in the Discord. Now he's muted and deaf. There we go. I wish I could hear you, man. I don't know what's going on with that on your end. Late Shift. That was a very interesting game. If you're into games like Telltale's The Walking Dead and all that, where you know, watch a story flow and then you make your decisions, as you're going along. That's what Late Shift is, but it's like a live action TV show, and there's different outcomes for every time you play. So I enjoyed that quite a bit. That was a pretty good game for what it was. I already beat it like 3 different times with 3 different endings, so I gotta get to playing that again. Lightfall, Saturday Morning RPG. Oh, that's a Switch game. The Sword of Ditto. I thought it said Sword of Dildo. Emily wants to play too. That's a horror-based game. I gotta get that game. That looks like a fun game. And then here's May. Holy shit, May had quite a few releases itself. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through the list. I'm looking at different games. I'm just pointing out certain ones that catch my eye. Like, okay, we got the Warmind DLC for Destiny 2. You got Conan Exiles that finally came out on PS4, Xbox, and PC. For you Switch fans, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze came out. I think that's a rehash of the Wii U version. We had Laser League, Warhammer, 40,000, Inquisitor. That's a pretty good RPG game, to the extent. Let's see, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition came out on the Switch. Little Nightmares. Switch had a lot of good, a lot of decent releases this year too. Mega Man Legacy Collections. Here's one for the kiddies. State of Decay 2. That's a fun game. It was very glitchy when it first came out, but it was definitely, if you're into zombie games, zombie survival horror games, that is a game for you. It's also available on Game Pass. So if you're on Xbox One, or if you're on PC, sign up for Game Pass and you can download State of Decay 2 for free with Game Pass on PC or on Xbox. It's a Microsoft exclusive, so you're not going to see it on PlayStation. Let's see, Detroit Become Human. That was a good game that came out around that time. That's one of those games that's kind of like, what was it, Beyond something, Beyond Two Souls or something like that. It's part of a trilogy in a way. They're storytelling games. They're not really like interact. You interact with them, but it's a story-based game, storytelling-based game with different choices to make throughout the game, consequences that happen throughout the game. I heard it was a pretty good one. And there's Agony again. Let's see, didn't Agony come out in April? Or was it? Yeah. March 30th. Okay, why is it showing it for May? I don't know. What else came out then? Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. I wonder who all got that one. Sega Mega Drive Collection. Oh god. Who plays that anymore? Well, only hardcore collectors. Let's see. Let's move into June. Actually, you know what? I got some stuff going on in the background, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick 30-second break, guys. Oh, now
it's working finally.
It's working. I can hear him.
Piece of shit. I had to go in there and actually reset the whole thing.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Discord is something else. I tell you. Hey, if you give me about 30 seconds to refill my drink and all, I'm going to go to commercial and we come back and we are going to get into some games here.
Okay.
So I'll see you guys in a minute. Cypher, I'll be back in 30 seconds.
I was happy.
Sold separately. Some assembly required.
You had $4 and you asked your father for $6. How many dollars would you have? $4. You don't know your math. You don't know my father.
Hurry, girls, before Daddy gets up.
Ooh, pretty.
Now, no more. These are Daddy's corn pops.
Oh, look, Daddy's bowl is too full.
The problem with a cereal that tastes like popcorn, only sweeter, is that it disappears like popcorn, only faster.
Mommy, that's Daddy.
We share.
Hi, girls.
Happy birthday!
Thanks, guys.
Now let's all go make him breakfast.
Kellogg's Corn Pops. It's hard to stop when it's Pops.
It's a bomb.
The eyes of justice are watching. It's Batman!
Riddle me this. Where would a villain like me hide a bomb?
Revving up on his high-powered bat cycle, Batman charges to the answer. A giant maze.
What flies but has no wings?
And when we are back, guys, we finally got Cypher in here. Cypher from Team Cypher Xavier over there on YouTube. What's going on, man?
Not much. Same crap, different day.
Yep. And any of the co-hosts, if you all watching, you're free to join in. We're on Discord, so be sure to hop on in there and give us a shout out. So, how was your Christmas, man?
What day was that again?
I think it was last Tuesday, maybe. It came so fast, and now it's like so long ago.
It was a typical Tuesday then.
It was just a typical Tuesday for me. I mean, I got up, did some stuff around the house, went to work.
Yeah, about the same here, minus the work.
Yeah. And of course, our co-host, Dark, he had some stuff come up, so he did bounce a bit ago. Maybe somebody else is joining, I don't know. I'm trying to get Wolf in here. I don't think Wolf has Discord on his phone. So, anyway, before I get back into this list of games we could talk about, you got any new games that you played lately? Anything you tried out?
Nothing new. I just got the last DLC for the Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, everybody keeps saying that came out.
I really wish they wouldn't put them out in the patches that they do, though. Because you get, like, 4 or 5 new missions, 2 new characters, and some moves.
Yeah.
You know? And the time period it takes to get these other DLCs, it's kind of like you should just buy them all at once, because then you actually have playing value.
That's true.
Because almost all of them I've beaten within 10 minutes, and then I lose interest.
Yeah, because Xenoverse came out, 2-3 years ago for the second one?
Yeah, about 2 years ago now, I believe.
And that's amazing. Like, when I heard of that, I was like, wait a minute, the most recent one was Fighter Z. So I'm like, how are they still releasing DLC for Xenoverse 2?
They originally said they were going to try to keep it alive for at least a year.
Well, it's been like 2 years, and they're still going strong with it, which is good for for some games like that. It's good to keep a game like that living as long as you can, especially if you have online on there. Like,
yeah,
Wolf tells me the WWE games, every year a game releases, you get to play online, and then the following year a new one releases, and then the previous one they shut the servers down for the online. I'm like, well, that's ridiculous. Like,
I kind of get why they do it, but also at the same time, I'm that type of person that misses, sitting in the room with the person I'm playing the game with.
Yeah.
They really seem to take that factor out of a lot of games, and I don't know, it just isn't the same to me.
Yeah, like a lot of the couch co-op games, like you don't. The only real good one right now that you could play and enjoy is EA's A Way Out. You could still sit side by side with some other person, and because hell, the game requires 2 people to play it, but still, it's a good experience, to sit there with a friend, play this game. It's got a very intense story to it. It's something you just got to watch and see for yourself to, really understand it and see how good it is. And then, of course, your typical games like Call of Duty, yeah, they got the split screen on there, but it's not the 4-player split screen. It's only 2. They used to have it 4-player split screen on like 360, and now it's like, so you telling me that I could split screen Call of Duty on a 360, but I can't do it on an Xbox One that's a little bit more powerful than what a 360 is? I can understand with the graphic detail, it looks a lot more realistic, better looking than it did on the 360. But I'm like, you can't add like 2 extra split screens on there. Like, if you got to drop to 30 frame rates a second, then do so. Like, I've even heard that the new Halo Infinite, when that comes out, it's going to have 4-player split screen to it. And that is a good way to return to classic Halo multiplayer, because Halo 5 did not have split screen, which a lot of people were disappointed with. it's still a good game, but I would have liked to sit there and had a classic, 4-way split screen battle, with some buddies. That's how we used to do it back in the day with Halo.
I mean, I understand from a company's standpoint on why they would do online more than, local co-op for a lot of stuff, is because you're paying for a service usually. You usually have to pay to be online on a system.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm just old school because of the games we grew up with.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I understand for the new demographic, yeah, this kind of makes sense. But it takes me to like social media, for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
People used to call people on their phones, and meet up sometimes to see how they're doing. Now it just seems like it's so impersonal,
Mm-hmm.
It kind of loses some of the magic, if you ask me.
Yeah, like when you speak of that right there, like okay, like back in the day, we would call somebody up, say, "Hey, where you at? Let's go meet up," and then ride your bikes or walk somewhere and go meet up. Now, like I even look at let's say in libraries, friends could be sitting there side by side, and all they're doing is texting each other side by side. I'm like, you can't whisper or talk to each other. You gotta fucking what are you texting to each other that you can't say face to face? I'm like, who gives a shit about who's around you? Just
shoot. We met at a library.
Yeah, I know. And that's how we became good friends.
Yeah, I know.
Oh god. So let's see. Let's get into talking about some games here, because we seen a lot of good games come out this year, and people have said that this is probably one of the best years for video games since 2007 or 2008.
Well, I know the beginning of this year is going to be a really good start. I know there's a game you and me are both looking forward to.
Yeah, Resident Evil 2 remake.
Mm-hmm.
Got that shit on pre-order right now. I'm gonna get the I'm gonna get the $70 version, the one that comes with the extra, the extra costumes and the classic soundtrack and all.
Yeah, I'm cheap. I'm getting the $60.
There you go.
And then, of course, my wife's looking forward to the 29th of January because of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yep, that's finally coming out after, 10 years? 10 plus years?
Oh my god, it's been a long time.
Well, let's just hope it doesn't turn into another Duke Nukem mess.
That game has an audience. I just don't know who it is.
Yeah, the ones that can actually put up with his sarcastic attitude, which is what I like about Duke Nukem. Like his sarcasm, the jokes, I love them. The game may not be the best. It's clunky, it's messy, but the story was enjoyable. I loved his sense of humor, his sarcasm, his badassness. I don't even know if that's a word.
Well, he was born in the 90s. That's when they came out. And, even though he seems really corny now, if you notice, the 90s seems to be resurfacing for some reason.
Yeah,
it somehow survived. It's weird.
Yeah, everything is like retro, and like everybody wants the retro scene to come back, which is good. It's a good way to introduce that part of history to kids nowadays, whether it be movies, video games, music. Because kids today, they're closed off from so much shit. Like, oh god. I work with this woman who's 28 or 29 years old. I'm like, okay, so you grew up in the 90s. I'm 33. And I would ask her, have you ever heard of this movie, or do you know who this actor is? No? I remember one time, okay, I shit you not, I mentioned Keanu Reeves to her. I don't know who that is. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? You don't know who the fuck Keanu Reeves is? No.
Don't we feel old?
I'm like, you're 29 fucking years old. You don't know who Keanu Reeves. I had to pull up a picture for her. And she's like, oh, that's the dude from John Wick. Yeah.
The funny thing is, though, somebody would bring up Keanu Reeves to us, we'd be like, oh, he was in Bill and Ted. You know what I mean?
And they'd be like,
that'd be like one of the first movies we ever saw him in.
Yep.
They don't even know what the hell Bill and Ted is.
I know. Well, there was like one movie I mentioned to her. It's an old classic. What the hell? It was either Hairspray or Cry Baby. It was one of the John Waters movies. And I looked at her and said, "Okay, you know Drop Dead Fred." Yeah, my favorite movie. I said, "You ever heard of a movie called Cry Baby?" No, I don't know what that is.
Oh my god.
I was like, John Waters movie has Johnny Depp in it. How about Hairspray? Well, I know one time we were talking about Hairspray. Not that shitty, corny remake with fucking John Travolta playing a transvestite. I'm talking about the 1988 John Waters movie with Ricky Lake, the infamous Divine. You know, I know I sit here, I talk about transvestite. I'm like, and when it comes to cross dressers, Divine was one of the best when it came to Baltimore cross dressing. Divine, he played, you know, the mother. He played the radio executive or whoever it was. You had Divine. You had Jerry Stiller, and she's like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, you fucking grew up in the same era I did, and you don't. I'm like, where the fuck? What the hell were you smoking throughout the 90s?
The thing is, though, you know, we grew up, it was a mixture of like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the late 80s and early 90s all the way up into the 2000s being, you know, our time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's this young girl at my job, too. She's 23 or 24. Girl knows some of her music. You know, she's big into rap. You know, she knows who fucking Redman, Method Man is and all them, you know. She knows some of the classics and shit. So I remember sitting there one night with somebody else, and we're sitting there talking about, you know, classic rap music. You know, she knows Tupac, she knows Biggie. She never really listened to Tupac that much. And the guy sitting there is like, you ever heard of Wu-Tang Clan? She's like, who's that? He was like, you kidding me? You never heard of Wu-Tang? He's like, I'll be right back. He left the lobby. He came back with his phone and his fucking big-ass speaker. And he said, play some Wu-Tang. And he's like, I can't believe you know who Redman and Method Man is. He's like, oh, yeah, I don't know who. That's what they were in. That's where they started out. Oh, okay. I'm like, how the fuck do you know Redman and you not know who fucking Wu-Tang Clan is?
This is true.
Like, you know, a lot of these kids, you know, not just the kids, but you know, I guess they call them millennials. But I'm like, aren't we the millennials? Because we were the last generation. You know, we're like born into the 2000s and shit.
The sad part is we're actually considered part of the millennial generation.
But the good part of it is we're actually the smarter part of that generation.
I don't know what happened after 1986. That's all I can say.
I think the government spiked the drugs or some shit. I don't know.
I'll give the people that were born in even 89, you know, credit, because chances are they're probably pretty smart too. Yeah. But when the 90s hit, what the hell?
Oh man, the drugs were mass hysteria. Like I said, I think the government was spiking the drugs with something. Like, yeah, your children are going to be.
What are you talking about? Why would they ain't going to spike anything with drugs? They're the ones doing the drugs.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at them nowadays. Like, okay, the beginning of this year.
Come on, they lock you up if they catch you with drugs or tells you they must be good.
Mm-hmm. Or be like, where can we get some? Tell us secretly and we'll let you go. Where's the stat? Where are you growing it? You tell me where you grow it. We'll go farm it and then we'll let you go. Like, even recapping. Okay, just to recap on this year. I'm like, okay, looking at the teenagers this year. Okay, YouTube has blown up into bigger proportions, and people are like, okay, I want to make the most viral video out there that's going to get so many views, because you figure the last 3 years teenagers have learned that with YouTube and Google, you know, merging with AdSense, and people can actually make content and make money off of it. So like, okay, let's make a viral video and make some money off of it. So what do these dumb motherfuckers do at the beginning of this year? Eating Tide Pods. Is your life worth 1 million views? How fucked up on some other kind of drug do you have to be to eat laundry detergent to get 2 million views?
All I can say, it's natural selection working.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then if it was just eating Tide Pods, it was snorting condoms.
I have no clue how the hell you would snort one of those.
Oh, well.
Whatever.
Supposedly, I hear you can make alcohol out of orange juice and something else. I forgot what it was. Somebody was telling me that. I heard it like 2 or 3 times. They're like, yeah, you can make alcohol out of orange juice. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I don't know about making alcohol out of it. I know if you mix it with some vodka, you get yourself a screwdriver.
There you go. That's probably what they're talking about. And of course, somebody told me that somebody was smoking coffee grounds. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, did I hear you? Can I hear you correctly? Did you say smoking coffee grounds?
Okay.
Somebody's going to go back on this podcast and be like, not a bad idea. They'll snort the coffee grounds. They'll put it out with some fucking powdered creamer and shit, mix it up. Yeah. This will give me a good high. I'll be energetic all day, too.
Well, I can think of something worse that people do with coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I think you know what I'm talking about, and it involves a hose and a funnel and the rear end.
Yeah, what's a good way to get hyper energetic? Oh yeah, let's do this.
I'm gonna put a tube up my ass and pour some Maxwell House in there.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's like, if it isn't the people in Jackass doing that shit with beer. Because I think they said you get drunk faster doing that or something. I don't know.
The sad part is that might actually be true because of where your liver is. Your liver is up in your chest.
True, yeah.
Which means it's not there processing it right away.
Yeah,
which means it's going through this long, dark tunnel.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm like,
and it might bump into some shitty situations along the way.
But here's the other thing. I'm like, wouldn't you have to remain upside down in order for that to work? Because it's like, as soon as you stand up, it's going to go south.
I don't know if it's they're getting drunk or if they're just passing out from getting lack of oxygen to the brain.
Yeah. Let's see.
Because all the blood flows up to the head, and then it gets hard to breathe and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, let's see. Let's go back to some video games here, because I also got another thing to mention for like memorable mentions. As I got a dog in the background screaming its head off. Actually, you know what, guys? I'll be back in a second. I'm going to see what's going on my end. When I come back, we're going to get into the some of these classic games of 2018, and we'll talk about some other stuff. So I'll be right back in a minute.
Tuesday after Full House.
America, this cream of wheat thing is out of control. You started adding berries, but soon you went bananas. You went coconuts.
Cream of what?
And kids have started doing raspberry jam. If we don't get a grip, imagine what could happen.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer battery. It keeps going and going and going.
The world is waiting outside. Inside, there's the good taste of Smucker's.
Alrighty, and we're back after that brief interruption. So let's see, we'll get back into like the Tide Pods and all that shit in a few minutes. Let's talk about some games here. So, here's what I'm pretty sure you have, I'm pretty sure you have an opinion about this. This came out in June on all platforms. Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn.
No, that is not my collection.
And I heard it was even worse than Shaq Fu on Super Nintendo.
I think people look at the title wrong.
Oh, yeah.
They see it say Shaq Fu. I see it say Shaq says F you.
Yeah, Shaq, fuck you.
Yeah.
Shaq, fuck you.
Exactly.
There's a term for 2019. Shaq, fuck you. The fuck you said me?
Now I'm just picturing the meme, where he's standing there just wiggling his upper body with the camera.
Yeah, his section saying Shaq and the cat's going fuck you.
And you got Shaq just wiggling.
Because apparently the game it's a 2D side scroller, kind of looks like one of those old Super Nintendo games, kind of like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in a way, where it's like go side to side, defeat enemies. But they say like the hit detection is so bad in the game. Like, I played Shaq Fu on SNES. It's bad, but it's not horribly bad, but it's still bad. Like, okay, the controls are very stiff, and the hit detection is off by, like, I don't know, maybe an inch. I guess an inch in the game is like a foot. This game, I'm not too sure. Well, I remember them announcing it a year or two ago at like E3 or something, where they had Shaq on stage, and he's like, "Yeah, Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn is coming out." Then it came out and it flopped. Another good one, well, this is a good one, but another one that came out in June was Vampire. That came out on PS4, Xbox, and PC. I have it on Xbox. I've yet to play it, but I heard good things about Vampire. It's like
I think I've heard very little about that one, to be honest.
It's like Vamp YR. Okay, Vampire. I don't know. Unravel 2. That's an EA game. That is a very interesting game. I enjoyed the first Unravel. Like, you play this little string character. He's like full of yarn and shit, and you go through the stage and you use yarn to your advantage to get to, like, hop over obstacles and shit. I don't know if you ever tried that out.
No, I never got a chance to.
Yeah, the second one just came out this year. I'm waiting for it to become free on EA Access so I can try that out. If you're into these kind of games, Jurassic World Evolution, I actually did enjoy that when it came out. It's one of those SimCity type games.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I think I was watching, which one was it? Was it Master that was streaming it?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, because
I can't remember if it was him. Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, because I was supposed to stream it myself, but I never got around to. Yeah, Master, he was streaming it, and I was playing it for a good bit, figuring out the controls and what to do. I had a pretty good park lined up and everything until these fucking dinosaurs, they started eating their way out the fence and shit and terrorizing the fucking guests. And I'm like, okay, now I gotta get a fucking helicopter in there and do this and that. And it was a pain in the ass, but it was a lot of fun too. It's, like I said, those kind of games, there's very few of them, but especially with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom that just came out, I guess, to go along with the storyline. So well, the movie wasn't even that great. It was good, but not great. Could have done a little bit better. Let's see, new Gundam Breaker. I heard there was a Gundam game out. I don't remember. New Gundam Breaker. I don't remember that.
I heard that there was. That's all I know. I haven't seen anything about it.
I know, what was it, a while back, we were talking about a Gundam movie or something that they were making.
I think they're trying to make a live action one or something.
Yeah. Let's see, new Gundam Breaker. Oh, it did come out. Okay, it's a PS4 only game. New Gundam Breaker. I'm looking on GameStop now.
I swear it's like anime is trying to copy Disney right now. Because they're making everything live action.
Yep.
And now they want to make live action. But the problem is they haven't done it right, I think, ever.
True.
I don't know if Disney's ever done it ever. I don't really watch Disney.
Let's see. What did they do recently? Ghost in the Shell. And I heard some mediocre things about Ghost in the Shell because everybody was talking about that when it came out.
And then there was the live-action Death Note.
Mm-hmm.
Then they did a live-action Full Metal Alchemist, a live-action Bleach.
And then we all know what came of the live-action Dragon Ball.
Yeah. As you can tell, they all actually weren't that good at all.
I've watched maybe like 25 minutes of Dragon Ball, and I was like, nah, I'm bored.
Well, part of the problem is with like the Dragon Ball and all, it got Americanized.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? You're replacing, anime characters with Americans, and it's like, that don't work.
No, it don't.
You're whitewashing it, and I mean, I get the humor of people sometimes playing a different race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you know me, I really don't see race or color. I just see them as, oh, they're impersonating somebody or something like that. But they didn't even do that in there.
Perfect example. Look at 1998's Godzilla. Like, Godzilla was very popular over in Japan over the past, 40 some years? And they decided to do an American version of Godzilla. And it was bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't really good. It was just bad. It's like they tried to make an American version of Godzilla. They just made this big fucking lizard movie because at the time, that was the thing. You had Jurassic... What was it? I think The Lost World Jurassic Park had just came out. And there were some other apocalyptic type monster movies that came out around the time too. I forgot what they were. But yeah, they brought Godzilla in. They made him to be the enemy, and it wasn't even really a him. It was a her because it was laying eggs and shit.
But with the whole whitewashing thing that happened throughout the year, right? Let me give you the worst thing that it didn't even happen this year. It happened years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Although I laugh at it because it was horrible how he did it. John Wayne played Kangas Khan.
What?
I can't remember the name of the movie. I don't remember if it was called Kangas Khan or something like that, but he played Kangas Khan in the movie.
Let's see, John Wayne. It sure wasn't like Genghis Khan. It was like Kangas Khan.
I mean, I might be saying the name wrong. It might be Genghis Khan. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm looking it up now. The Conqueror, 1956 film.
I can't pronounce things correct. That's it. It should be The Conqueror, but he plays him, and it's like, wasn't he like, was he Mongolian?
Yeah.
What was he?
He was a Mongolian. Let's see. His role was Temujin, later Genghis Khan. Oh god, who else was in that movie that I may know? John Hoyt. I believe I know John Hoyt. There's a lot of other names I don't even fucking see. And let's see.
Yeah. But let's put it this way. He can't exactly talk with an accent, so he's dressed like a Mongolian, talking like John Wayne.
Yeah, I am actually looking at it right now. Let me bring it up on the CPU display. Yeah, guys, this is what he looked like. Yeah, Mongolian John Wayne. I can't believe that's exactly what he looks like. Oh god. You could tell by the way he looks in that picture. He looks pissed. He's like, I can't believe they cast me in this fucking role.
Yeah.
He's like, what the hell did you do to me, Pilgrim? I look like... I don't even know what the fuck he looks like in there. I'm like, oh god, you brought that up. I'm like, oh god, they took the Duke and they made him look like that. You bastards.
Hey, stuff you learn, you know?
Holy shit. Oh god, they do that to a lot of fun. Like, take a look at the Super Mario Brothers movie. Like, the casting wasn't even all that right. I mean, okay, you got some memorable actors in there. You got Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, Samantha Mathis, Dennis Hopper. There's somebody else that I remember. I forgot. But it's like you got all these memorable faces in that movie. Now, granted, personally, I enjoy the movie. It's a childhood favorite. I still watch it. But yeah, you could tell it was very cheesy. The production value was poor. The direction was poor. You know, even the actors came out, like Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. They came out and said, in order for us to get through making this movie, on most days, we had to be drunk. They had to drink to get through most scenes. Like, even Bob Hoskins came out in an interview and said, oh, the worst thing that I ever did in my career? Super Mario Brothers. It was a fucking nightmare. Like, I forgot what even Dennis Hopper said, but, God, I mean, when you see a movie like that, and you're like, how do you take a video game, a side-scrolling, two-dimensional video game, about a character who goes from beginning to end, stomping on enemies, collecting coins. How do you take that and turn it into a movie?
But the only thing they got right was the bomb.
Yeah, and it did what it was supposed to do too.
What I'm more terrified about now is they're going to make a Sonic movie.
Oh my god! And of course you got Jim Carrey playing Dr. Robotnik.
I won't be watching that.
Yeah, that thing's gonna fly. I mean, they say 2018 was a good year for video game movies. Okay, you had Rampage, you had Tomb Raider. I think there was another one that came out that was a video game based movie, and they were all pretty good. I haven't seen any of them yet, but I heard good things about them. Like the new Tomb Raider, it revolves around the remake of the game. It revolves around that, so they made that pretty good in aspect, so I can't wait to watch that. Rampage, I was like, yeah, okay, I could see this flopping, especially with The Rock in it, because the last video game movie The Rock was in was bad, and that was Doom. But they said it redeemed himself. It said it was pretty good, so okay, I'll watch it. I wish I could remember what the other one was, but they said like the video game movie adaptations, they're getting better apparently. I guess Hollywood is like, okay, let's figure out the formula. Let's see how we can make this good for all audiences, including people who are fans of the video game. Let's see how we can make this good. Now, you got, I don't know which studio is doing it, but you got them taking a big risk with a live action Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I'm like, okay, well, I know it's gonna flop, but let's just see what they're going to do with it. And then, of course, you got Detective Pikachu coming out next year, which I'm actually excited for, to see a live-action Pokemon movie. I mean, how many fucking Pokemon movies do they have out?
I'm not going to lie. When I first saw it, I was impressed by the graphics, right? The trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But I still thought, oh, God, this is going to suck, right? And then I heard Pikachu speak.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yes. Yes, I'm going to be an idiot and go watch this.
And not only that, people who are not fans of Pokemon, like Dark. I don't think Dark was a Pokemon fan, but he said, I'll go watch it because Ryan Reynolds is voicing Pikachu, and I want to hear Pikachu in Deadpool's voice.
I mean, I like the Pokemon games.
I love them, yeah.
Yeah, but when they came out with Detective Pikachu, the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought, oh, this is stupid, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, why on earth are they making a movie about it? You know, because I know they had a different guy voice him in the game.
Yeah.
Right, which really doesn't match Pikachu at all.
Oh,
and then you got, somewhat soft-spoken Ryan Reynolds in the trailer. So it went from, oh, this is going to be crap, that Deadpool Pikachu.
Not just that, a PG-rated Deadpool Pikachu.
Yeah.
It's like you're so used to Ryan Reynolds, spewing out these one-liners, and they were all very derogative.
Yeah.
But it's like, how are you going to tone that down into a family-friendly movie? And it's like, oh, well, everybody knows him for Deadpool, so they're going to go see it because Deadpool's in the movie. He's Pikachu.
Well, for a night, they released a PG-13 version of it, Once Upon a Deadpool.
Yeah, I don't even know how well that did, because I'm like, how do you...
I'm sorry, but the trailer for it was funny because they did like a homage to The Princess Bride.
They did a homage to a lot of stuff in there, too. Like, even
that was hilarious.
Even got Fred Savage in there, and
Fred Savage was in Princess Bride as the little boy in bed.
Mm-hmm.
And where Deadpool was sitting was where his grandfather was when he was reading him the story of The Princess Bride.
Yep. Oh, God. That's another thing. I just remember that. I watched something recently that had Fred Savage, and it was a TV show. And I was sitting at work watching it, and I looked at the woman I work with. I was like, it's Fred Savage. Who? I said, Fred Savage. I'm like, okay. You know the movie Drop Dead Fred, okay? How do you not know Fred Savage? I was like, Wonder Years TV show? I don't know.
See, that's the first thing that comes to my mind is the Wonder Years show, because that's where I was first introduced to him.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, how about that movie Little Monsters? I was like, about the little boy who has a monster living under his bed, and he befriends him, and he takes him into another world under his bed and shit. That sounds vaguely familiar. I'm like, yeah, that's Fred Savage. I'm like, how are you fucking born semi in the 80s and you don't know who the fuck Fred Savage is? Or at least know what the one... I mean, what fucking rock... Not rock. What boulder were you hiding under to not know...
Here's the funny part. They probably didn't realize who Fred Savage was, but they probably know who Ben Savage is.
Mm-hmm. That's like
his younger brother?
Yeah. That's like recently Macaulay Culkin came out. He started doing a lot of shit now. Like, he did
I noticed he popped up in an Angry Video Game Nerd and stuff like that, too.
Yeah, because when I saw that, I was like, oh, shit. How the hell did he able to afford Macaulay Culkin to come out and film videos with him,
Yeah.
Because he did 3 of them. He did the AVGN Home Alone video. They did one with Mike Matei playing
Which was
Page Master. Yeah. And then they had the Cinemassacre video rentals where they're talking about Big Trouble in Little China.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, are they actually making him an actual staple in the series or something? I'm like, nah. They probably paid him. They come out, have fun for the holidays, did a few videos, and that's that. Probably.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he does the Google commercial, the recreation of Home Alone.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, they're all coming back in the spotlight. Oh God, let's see. Too far off track. I mean, we're having fun talking. We're a little over an hour and a half in. We're gonna keep going for a little bit more.
Well, we did mention Detective Pikachu, but it's also a game, so it kind of worked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of classics, we had Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy come out this year for Xbox, Switch, and PC.
That's right.
And I have it on Xbox, and I enjoy playing it on PS4. I enjoy playing it on Xbox. And then, of course, we just recently had Spyro Reignited. That came out, that came out last month.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed it. I already 110% it on the first Spyro on there, and I got to do the other 2. But I got to say, like, the graphic detail on it, when they, remastered it, it looks absolutely beautiful. It plays pretty good. Maybe a couple little tiny flaws with the controls or the gameplay, but other than that, it's still a pretty good remaster, and I like to see more classics come back that way, especially like when you got trilogies like that. Okay, you had 3, well, now they got Crash Team Racing coming out next year. I can't wait for that. As long as they don't try to go ballsy and say, okay, let's bring back Bubsy. No!
You don't want to traumatize a whole new generation?
I have a copy of Bubsy 3D. I've played it for like 5 minutes, and I was like, No, I'm done.
That's nothing. I got a copy of Toe Jam Earl 3.
Oh God.
Yeah, for the original Xbox.
Oh,
you know, because I like the Toe Jam and Earl games. Never knew a third one came out.
Oh, wow.
Now I know a third one came out. Never gonna touch it again.
You're never gonna give it up? Fuck that, I gave up a long ago. Oh shit! I got a message from Shadow a little bit ago. I was like, "Yeah, hop in Discord." He messaged me like 2 hours ago. I'm like, "Holy shit! I didn't even know." Let's see. Okay, give me a few minutes. I'll be in. Yep, we'll be here. But yeah, why did I just write OJ? A damn keyboard. I was trying to say okay. I put OJ.
You were either thinking of orange juice or Simpson.
Yeah, probably. Who knows? He probably don't call me that, motherfucker.
He could have went down as the OJ killer.
Mm-hmm.
The orange juice killer.
Smother him in citrus etch.
Make him slip on his peels.
Let's see. Heading into July here. What the fuck is Mushroom Wars 2? That came out on the Switch. Is that a fucking drug?
You want me to take that out of context for you, or are you already doing that?
Yeah. Let's see. You're playing a Nintendo console and mushrooms. Does it give you any side effects?
Yeah, I wonder.
We saw the release of Earthfall. Oh god, we got to get together and do some Earthfall. Well, I don't know if you got Earthfall. Yeah, me, Kira, and Shadow, we did 2 streams.
That game's like Left 4 Dead with Alien.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I thought so. I thought I saw that before.
Yeah, because me, Shadow, and Kira, we did 2 streams of it. We streamed the first couple campaigns on there, and now there's like 2 or 3 more with some more enemies. We were supposed to do some back in October, but we had a lot of things come up on our end, and hopefully we'll get to finishing that whole game off here soon. Get the other campaigns finished off. It's pretty good. Not a lot of people enjoyed it, I guess, because they're like, "Oh, it's a Left 4 Dead clone." I'm like, "Well, we don't have a Left 4 Dead 3."
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Is we haven't got Left 4 Dead 3. What the fuck you want?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, Valve is too busy with dealing with Steam and all. I'm like, we haven't seen Half-Life 3, Portal 3.
But they said they were going back to making games, so...
Well, hopefully we'll definitely get what people are wanting. You know, the fans are wanting another Half-Life, Portal, Left 4 Dead. But instead we got Earthfall, and then of course on Steam, which just recently came out, was Overkill's The Walking Dead, which I've yet to play, but I've heard mediocre to bad things about it. I still want to get it though, because it's The Walking Dead, and it's basically a Left 4 Dead clone, which is something I guess what everybody's been waiting for, something like that with zombies. I mean, Left 4 Dead had zombies, but then you got Earthfall, it's got aliens, it's just as difficult, but it's still just as fun. And we had a lot of fun playing it. Let's see, Sonic Mania Plus. I think that's with all the. I don't think that has all the original game. It came out around the time with Sonic Forces. I haven't even yet to play that.
Sonic Mania is a great successor to the original Sonic games. The Plus, when that came out, it also came out as a DLC for people who had the original, that released 2 new characters in a couple different modes.
Okay.
I think there's somebody called Ray the Squirrel who can kind of glide. He's like a yellow squirrel. Yeah. And you have, I think he's called Mighty the Armadillo.
Oh. I saw that at Walmart yesterday. I was like, if I had $30, I would pick it up and try it out.
I have it downloaded.
What do you think about it?
Oh, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
It brought back memories of the original games. It's like Sonic never had to go 3D. People still like 2D games. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah,
it's one thing if you experiment with a game here and there, but I think this proved that when Sega does something, just do it the old way.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, same thing with Nintendo, yeah.
Sonic was never meant to go 3D.
No.
You know, he works better as a 2D platformer. He really does.
And if you want a good example of all that, Sonic 06.
Really? I heard not only was it Sonic 06 was the big mess up, I also heard that Sonic Boom was a horrible one too.
Oh god, I've vaguely heard about that one, yeah. Like the only real good 3D Sonic game to ever come out was Sonic Adventure on Dreamcast. That was the only good one right there.
I liked Sonic Adventure, and I also liked the Adventure 2 Battle as well. Those two were pretty good.
Yeah. After that, it's just like Sonic went downhill, and every so often or every generation console, Mario would still be on the incline. Like there was, well, let me rephrase that. There was maybe 1 or 2 bad Mario games, or 3. AVGN reviewed them, but other than those piles of garbage, there hasn't been a bad Mario game since then. Like, if it's licensed by Nintendo and all, if it's made by Nintendo, it's a good one. I forgot who it was. Like Mario Hotel came out on Philips CDI. That was bad. Then you had what was it? It was 2 games on NES and SNES. It was Mario is Missing, and I forgot what the other one was. Because there was 2 of them. AVGN did a review of that. So it was those 2. Then it was Mario Hotel or Hotel Mario, whichever. But
there was a Mario Paint program or something.
Well, Mario Paint. Well, even though it was just a paint program. That was even better than that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. But I know that the Mario Missing one, you know, the first game you ever got to play is just Luigi. It was a learning simulator.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to fucking learn. I want to find Mario. Damn it.
Yeah, but Mario is an example of something that could go 2D or 3D.
And work just as well, yeah.
Well, he wasn't known to be fast. He was known to be a platformer. He'd go down pipes and all sorts of stuff. And he has all these different powers he uses. So that's why he made the shift to 3D okay. Yeah. The issue with Sonic's supposed to be going fast.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And the problem with him being fast, it's a lot like a racing game, all right?
Yeah.
Well, for a racing game, yeah, they have some nice landscapes and stuff, but you're more focused on what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if you're going fast as a little blue hedgehog, and you're not racing anything, you're not paying attention to the surroundings and stuff, and it's like you're building this lavish thing that nobody's going to see.
Yep.
That was part of the problem, is 1, you didn't really see what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, with them going that fast and all these loops and stuff like that, it messes with the camera angles.
It does.
So it just doesn't work.
See, the one thing I always liked about a Sonic game, apart from Mario, like with Mario, you would collect power-ups, and you would take like maybe 2 hits before you're dead. At least with Sonic, you lose rings, you collect a bunch of rings, you lose them, you just pick, let's say, 1 ring up. So if you get hit again, you just lose that 1 ring. You just keep collecting rings as life. So no matter what. Hang on a second, guys. I'm being interrupted again. I'll be right back.
Makes it Kraft, America's house dressing.
So, you're going to need all this dressing for yourself?
Well, there is enough for 2.
Tuesday, when DJ falls asleep at Steve's apartment, Dad crashes the pad.
Oh my gosh!
Whew. Alright guys, I'm back. So yeah, we were sitting here talking about Sonic and all, and I done lost my train of thought too.
Well, I was doing more of a discussion on how, he should be a 2D platformer, as where Mario, he was able to evolve to go 2D or 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
But I think we're pretty good with that one, though.
Oh yeah. All right, let's see. Speaking of 2D games, well, there's still a lot of people that are into the classic the classic RPG style formats, like the original Final Fantasies and the ones that even came out like SNES and all. But Banner Saga 3 came out this year. I played 2, which came out a year or two ago, and I liked it. I don't know if you've ever tried a Banner Saga game. It's a pretty good RPG.
I think I have 2 of them from Twitch, actually. I don't think I ever played them, though.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, for Twitch Prime members, you got that for free. That's right. I do have that tacked to my account.
I haven't been able to afford the membership lately.
Well, the cool part about that is if you have Amazon Prime, you can actually link that to that as well. Ooh, Shadow's in. Come on, Shadow, get your ass in here. I know you know how to use Discord.
Shadow always lurking in the shadows. Damn it.
He's gonna be the next. He's gonna be the next one to have faults with it. He'd be like, "Okay, what the hell's going on now?" I know you probably. I don't know if you tried these out or gotten these. The Mega Man X collection. There's 2 of them that came out.
Nah, I haven't gotten them yet.
Yeah, Bane.
Keyword yet.
Yeah. Well, Bane got them back in what were we looking at? Yeah, July. He got them back in July when they came out because he's a fan of the X series. So he got both of them. Me, I do like playing Mega Man every now and then. It's just fucking difficult as all like.
Yeah.
I know there's people out there that can flawlessly make it through Mega Man. All right, Shadow, you're unmuted. Get your mic working. Something's lighting up on your end.
We need to get like a sound effect for crickets or
there
something
he is.
for when there's moments of silence.
What's up, Shadow?
I made it.
You made it.
He made it.
Sorry, I just now checked my phone and there you go. Yeah, because I just now checked my phone and I was like, oh shit, I forgot about you. I didn't know if you were busy or what. I mean, Dark.
Nah, I got no plans. I'm good.
Yeah, Dark was in here earlier, and then he had to bolt.
Oh, I'm glad I missed that bitch.
Let's see. We're still into July here, so we got No Man's Sky. That finally came out on Xbox One, and it had all the DLC, and it was completely fixed. But yeah, I couldn't get into it though.
But it's still not what they promised.
I haven't played it yet. I mean, I haven't played it since the updates. I'll have to check it out. I mean, when it first came out, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I know a lot of people hated it, but I liked it, at least.
Yeah,
and with the updates, it looks even better.
It's very interesting. I haven't put a whole lot of gameplay into it. I like how there is no loading screen transition in between, like if you're going between worlds, from world to world, but everything's in real time. So it's like when you're flying up in the sky to go to the next planet, it's like, oh, it's going to take you 58 minutes to get there unless you use hyperdrive warp speed and it takes you 5 minutes to go there. I'm like, yeah. I think that's what kind of turned me off from that. Because I'm like, I don't want to sit here and wait to get into some actual gameplay and shit. It's bad enough I do that with Fallout 76.
Oh, come on. It would be hilarious. You go to fly to another planet, we watch you get up, have a camera with you, go into the kitchen, make a sandwich, go do some other chores or something, and then come back and then learn that you still got 30 minutes.
Yeah, I can go take a shit. Take a shower, shave. Oh, let's see.
I mean, but there's one thing I do like about that, though. I mean, they did do a lot of good updates after it. They've realized they screwed up.
True.
And I mean, yeah, they shouldn't have released the game the way it was. Sean Murray did make a lot of promises that were not kept. But in the end, they did do more updates and stuff. So in a way, it's kind of commendable, but it should never happen in the first place.
That's true.
Yeah, I agree with that. But also, you got to realize a lot of gaming companies nowadays, think they can get away with just releasing half-assed games, not complete, and then just updating them later. And I really think that we really should take a stand against that because it's just going to get worse.
Yeah, because look at games like Destiny.
I agree.
Okay, Destiny is a good game within itself, but like when the first Destiny came out, they hyped it up. It was good, but there was a vast audience that was not happy with it because they felt like there wasn't a whole lot of content with it. They felt, okay, story's done. Crucible was broken. So it's like, how much more of this can we actually, play? I mean, we're already bored. And of course, they'll add like daily missions, they'll add like weekly missions, they'll add all this extra stuff now to where you can get these exotic armor pieces, the exotic weapons to do this and that. They've added a whole lot. Like, let's say to Destiny 2, they added a whole lot to Destiny 2 with the DLC, the Forsaken. There's so much more to do in there. But my thing is, like Cypher said, you put a half-ass game out there, and people are looking for a lot of gameplay, but they're not getting it.
And then they put the rest of it behind a paywall.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They put half the game behind a paywall, and that's been a problem with DLC for a long time now since it came out. People want a full game. I mean, yeah, DLC is great and all, but they need to have a full game first before they think about taking people's money again.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
it's going to lose. It's already lost trust with gaming companies now.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's just ruining the business, and they need to really think about that, but they don't because all they're worried about is their pockets being filled, and people are falling for it.
And then my biggest
That's
thing,
the sad part.
The biggest thing for me when it comes between Destiny 1 and 2, they said with Destiny 1, the servers were going to stay up for a 10-year period. Supposedly, they were going to stay up for a 10-year period. Okay, well, let's release some DLC patches or something. One a year. At least one a year to add a little bit more story. Maybe try something new with the multiplayer. What do? 2 or 3 years later, here comes Destiny 2. Is there even anybody still on Destiny 1? Who knows? Because people are playing Destiny 2. They're playing that. I'm like, when you put a game out and it's a multiplayer, internet-required game, and you say the servers are going to be up for 10 years, we're going to support it for all this time, why would you put out a sequel to that game where it's going to take all those players away from that experience? So it's like, is it even worth me getting back on D1 and completing what I don't have completed on there? Like, is there anybody going to be on there? That's the thing. You pop in a game that's internet required, multiplayer only game. There's quite a few out there still. You pop one of those in, and it's gonna be like, oh, sorry, the servers are all down, but thank you for playing. It's like, well, I've always wanted to play this game, but I can't now. And then, of course, when D2 came out, there was rumors that they were supposed to carry over your character from D1. No, they scrapped that. You'd have to create a whole new character. I'm like, well, then what the hell's the point?
Well, see, the thing is, and it's just like you brought up, they're releasing games too early. But at the same time, I mean, look at the game like the culling.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of releasing more updates for a first one, they decided to close that one down and start a second one. And then they realized that failed, so they decided to close that down and then redo the first one again. that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. That's another thing they shouldn't be doing out there.
That was the biggest fail for this year, aside from Shaq Fu.
Yes.
My main problem with a lot of this is they need to release the full game before any DLC, and DLC should only be optional, not mandatory.
Yep.
Exactly. And that's a good point.
Like, look
and
at
the
a
problem
game
is, a lot of times. Well, see, the thing is, there's a lot of games out there, that are out there now that the final true ending is behind the DLC. So you had to pay for the DLC to get the exactly. So you got to pay for the DLC to get the actual ending, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't remember what game did that, but I know at least one or two did that recently. I can't remember the names of them though.
Oh man. Yep.
So I don't know. There's just so many trends out there that's killing the gaming industry right now. I mean, yeah, there's still a lot of money being made out there, but at the same time, people are starting to look at things differently, and they're not starting to trust these companies as much anymore. I mean, look at EA for example. All the shit they've done too.
Yep.
I mean, they haven't given the fans what they wanted. I mean, they finally started to work on Battlefront 2, but there's still a lot of unhappy fans with it out there that I know of, especially with the single player content. And they overpromise.
Yeah, then when you look
and
at
all that,
Battlefield also.
Yeah, Battlefield's another example. And now what they did was they decided to make the season pass for free. Okay, that's great and all. But instead of giving more content, they cut content to put in there to make it look like they had more content in the season pass.
Yeah, because they said, like, when they first talked about the game, it was going to have a Battle Royale mode to compete with Call of Duty. But now they're like, okay, well, we're pushing the Battle Royale mode back to spring 2019 so we can work on it. I'm like, well, you promised this up front. Why are you cutting this out? Because right now, Battle Royale is at its peak right now with Fortnite, PUBG, and Call of Duty. And, of course, some people are still playing DayZ and whatever else that just came out. Because I think, H1Z1 just came out on PS4. That's another one. So it's at its peak. So by the time spring rolls around, that hype could be dying down, and then you bring the BR mode to Battlefield 5, and it's already dead and gone. Like, look at the games that came out 3 years ago, like Overwatch, and then you got Paladins. Games like that with that type of gameplay, there's only two competitors right there. It's Overwatch and Paladins. Like, whatever happened to all the other games that were trying to work off the success of that? Hence, what the hell is that game? Was it Lawbreakers that came out on PS4? I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that game came out. I bought it, and I was like, this is basically an Overwatch clone. And I played it a couple times, and then months down the road, they're like, okay, we're shutting the servers down for it. I'm like, yeah, I saw that coming.
Well, see, the thing is, again, with Battlefield, like you brought up, they decided to release the Battle Royale after they already promised it. Mm-hmm. But see, at the same time, there's a lot of features that's still in the game that they promised that they haven't delivered on yet. For example, the vehicle customization. I think that finally just came out this month after they promised it so much in the beginning.
Yep.
And then there's there's a couple other mechanics they had. Like they had the Dragon, the injured soldier's ability, which they're still working on. I mean, I get if you want to promise this stuff, but don't overpromise at the same time, because some people buy some of this stuff thinking they're going to get that at the beginning, and they don't get it until months and months later when the interest died down.
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes the stuff they promise ends up behind a paywall in the end.
Yep.
And I've seen that happen multiple times. You see, when it comes to the DLC, I think it should be cosmetic.
That's what everybody was saying. Yeah, cosmetic only DLC.
And maybe if you decide to make a bunch of characters for a game, I could understand maybe paying a few bucks for that. But why the hell would I pay like $7.99 for one character?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If I'm gonna buy characters from you, you might as well give me like at least 5 or 6 characters. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
They better be unique.
Well, see, the thing is, when it comes to models for DLC, I think the perfect example is Titanfall 2. Because they released all the maps for free, and the only DLC that was, payable and all that was just, cosmetic stuff. So, yeah. And I think that's the perfect example of a DLC model that I would actually enjoy. And that's why I like Titanfall 2.
Now, let's look at games like Fortnite and PUBG. Those are the only two right now where their DLC is the cosmetic stuff. Like, it would be nice to play as the Joker or Harley Quinn in PUBG, or maybe it'd be nice to get that Dark Knight skin on Fortnite, but is it really necessary? No, it's not going to improve my game play as much.
But see, the thing is, it's overpriced too.
It is.
Yeah, who's going to pay $20 for a Joker count? I'm sorry, I'm not going to pay that kind of money for a cosmetic item.
What was it, $22 or $29? I think it was 20. Yeah, it was like $30 for a fucking Harley Quinn. Are you fucking kidding me?
$30 for an outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously. And then what happens with all that when the game dies? You don't get to use it no more. That's just a waste of $30 down the road.
Yep.
I mean, sure. For some people who make that kind of money, fine. If you want to spend your money wasting on that kind of stuff, go right ahead. Be my guest. But I think it's ridiculous that they're overpricing all that shit. Honestly. But then again, that's just me. Especially when these gaming companies are already making millions and billions of dollars already. I mean, maybe not like PUBG and Bluehole, for example, but maybe like something like EA and all that, who's making like billions of dollars from these games.
Oh yeah,
and it's just ridiculous.
And speaking of PUBG, I know you got it, Cypher. I know you got it on Xbox.
Yes, I do. I also have it on PC.
We gotta get you in there with us on Xbox.
See, I'm part of the problem when it comes to the gaming community because I'm one of those people that if I really like a game, I buy it on every system it comes out on.
Yep.
And
well, see, I do that too.
You know,
because I have a lot of people I play with.
The game that I'm most guilty of doing that with is the Metal Gear series because I loved the Metal Gear series.
Oh.
You know, but however, as soon as Kojima left, I won't touch Survive.
Oh, I know, and I said that at the beginning, like when Dark was in here. I was like, yeah, it was a guilty purchase of mine.
Am I the only one that actually liked Survive?
I actually like it.
I like the survival aspect.
I'm not saying that it's a bad
like the
game.
survival aspect of it.
I'm not saying
it's just not the best Metal Gear game.
But everything is behind a paywall.
Yep.
Literally everything.
Yes,
you can only make one fucking character,
mm-hmm.
and then it's going to cost $10 to unlock another character slot.
But see, the thing is, MGO has always been like that. MGO was like that too, especially back during the Metal Gear Solid 4 days. You had to pay for more characters.
Well, it's
always been like that. Yeah.
Well,
and I can understand, but some people should have expected it.
Yeah, it wasn't just character on Survive. It was a complete other new career session. Like you know how
you
people
could pay to win.
Yeah,
you could pay to win the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, I'll pay $50 extra dollars to beat the game for me. I'm like, okay, just give me all your fucking achievements and I'll pay another $60 to complete the game, get all the achievements, boom, I'll just delete the thing off my console. Oh, you played it? Yeah, I played it. I see you got all the achievements. Yeah.
See, the thing is, I did like Survive. I'll admit to it because I like the survival aspect of it. I like those kind of games. That's why I like I mean, Fallout is kind of a pain in the ass, but I still like it. And I mean, Metal Gear Solid Survive and Metal Gear Solid 5 are my least favorite Metal Gear games. Not because of the gameplay, because that's the best gameplay, but because of the story itself. Yeah. It is a good game. It is not a good Metal Gear game, and that's what I think a lot of people say, especially with Metal Gear Solid 5, because it had fantastic gameplay. It just the story was not as strong as the other Metal Gear games.
Yep.
I agree. I agree with that.
Let's see.
Metal Gear is my favorite series. So anything Metal Gear, you ask me, and I will tell you anything. I will tell you how it is. Metal Gear Solid 1 through 4 are my favorites, but Metal Gear Solid 1 will always be my favorite.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, let's hold on to that fact right there with Metal Gear. I'm going to come around to that with another topic, but let me go ahead and just run through this list of games real quick that are memorable for 2018, and I'm pretty sure we played quite a bit of amount on them. From September to December, we had the DLC for Destiny 2, which is Forsaken. I'm not going to go through the whole list, just like all the memorable ones that everybody knows, like Gone Home, Marvel's Spider-Man, which is a really good experience on PS4.
I still need to get that.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I've yet to play. I can't wait to do that. Shadow's favorite, Insurgency, Sandstorm.
Yes, that game is so good, and it got so many good reviews. If you guys like Arma and stuff like that, please check it out. It is amazing.
Valkyria Chronicles 4, Life is Strange 2. Let's see, Dragon Ball FighterZ came out on the Switch. Hitting October, we had the best racing game of 2018, Forza Horizon 4. Let's see.
Yes.
Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise, Mega Man 11, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Super Mario Party for the Switch. Let's see. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Lego DC Supervillains. Soul Calibur 6, I recently got that. I love it. Awesome fighting game.
Is it good?
It is. I actually enjoy it. It takes me back to the original Soul Calibur. Red Dead Redemption 2, yes, we got that. Heading into November, Overkill's The Walking Dead, as I said before. I've yet to play it. I still plan on getting it sometime soon. Hitman 2, another one of Shadow's favorites.
Yes,
Spyro,
fantastic game. You guys will love.
Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Fallout 76, Battlefield
Amazing
5,
game.
yep. Darksiders 3. And of course, in December, we had Just Cause 4, Persona 3, Persona 5, Smash Brothers Ultimate, Insurgency Sandstorm, December 12th on PC. I guess that's a full game. I don't know.
Yeah, because when Insurgency first came out, it was the beta, but now they just released the actual game for it.
And there's so many other games in between that I haven't mentioned, like The Forest, what is it, Civilization 6.
God.
Which came out on the Switch. Wreckfest.
Forest came out. I gotta get that.
Yeah, I still.
Wreckfest came out on PC. I am waiting for Wreckfest to come out on Xbox and PS4. It's coming out next year, and I'm looking forward to it. I love those type of games.
According to this list, it came out November 20th. I don't know.
Yeah, for PC. It did for PC, but it hasn't came out yet for
because it says
console.
PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, it's supposed to. They announced it's supposed to come out in March or May. I can't remember. Because I looked into it, believe me.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one.
So, like, out of all those games, like, of course, I've played a majority of them. Shadow, you play some of them. I don't know how many of them Cypher has played.
Oh, there is another one that was not mentioned. There is a game out there. I think it's called Road Redemption. It's just like Road Rash. Check that game out, too. It just
I heard about that. I was supposed to get that, too.
Yes. I am looking into getting that at some point soon. That game, I played on PC at one point, and it's so good. Reminds me of the old Road Rash days.
And the sad part is, I don't think I got to play any of them.
Oh wow! I got to finish a stream up I got to do a follow-up stream of Spider-Man because where I'm at now, I'm like 60 or 70 some percent in the whole game. But that's not just story-wise. That's also doing all the side stuff. Like I would do a few missions in the story. And other side stuff would unlock, so I would go complete all that, get my upgrades, get my other suits. So I was basically savoring the whole game. I was getting as much enjoyment out of the game as I could. And from what I played, the gameplay is very fluid. It looks very beautiful. They took their time with this game, and I'm glad that they did, rather than just releasing it 4 years ago when they first announced it. Because they took their time, they got the detail with this game superb. It looks, it's like looking at a live action model of New York City in a way. And like I said, just the gameplay is very fluid. It has a really good soundtrack to it. The voice acting is pretty good.
I wanted to get it. I was gonna get it yesterday, but it was sold out at GameStop. I was pissed.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. And then, of course, at the Video Game Awards, it got snubbed. Not even one single award. It was nominated, but not one single award. I know Red Dead left there with like 4 awards, which I called it. I called it at the beginning of the stream. I was like, watch Red Dead get 4 awards. I'm surprised it did not get Game of the Year. It went to God of War, and I'm glad for that. Not even Detroit Become Human, as good as it was made out to be, didn't even get an award.
Yeah, that sucked because Detroit was a really I've played through a little bit of it. It's really good.
Yeah,
but I guess you had to really be in those kind of games to enjoy it.
And then of course, like Fortnite, which is like a 2-year-old game. Of course, they got a couple awards. Why not? Now I know.
Yeah, they gotta give awards to the most popular game out there. Otherwise, everybody else will be crying over it.
Yep.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I really wish that Fortnite game would die.
I'm with you. I don't blame you. Fortnite.
Don't get me wrong. It was fun, but I don't understand why people are addicted to it.
That's what I don't understand either.
I can play a couple rounds of it, and it's like I'm done.
I think I know who we can ask that question to. Mm-hmm. Mike, where's your neighbor at, bud?
Probably somewhere drinking in his house.
Guess drinking so much because he's playing too much Fortnite.
Yeah, that motherfucker, like I said, he walked up to me last night. I got home from Walmart. He's like, "Hey, yo, I'm drunk, man. I had me 6 beers, yo." Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Dare you, bastard!
The dude is very competitive when it comes to Fortnite. He'd be like, "Hey, yo,
yes,
I got me a couple dubs last night." Yeah, I'm like, "What the fuck is a couple dubs?"
I wonder if he's competitive
that way
drinking
towards
too, because I bet you I could drink him under the table.
I mean, this dude was smoking. He was walking crooked over to my house. He lives right across the street, and he's just fucking. I'm like, you just stupid drunk.
Fortnite versus yeah.
You know, as much as he talks about Fortnite, you know, and he this is somebody who buys the battle pass every year, and he ranks up the tiers, he pays for the tiers, like we were talking about earlier, you know, the whole fucking, you know, pay to win shit. But this is like all the cosmetic stuff. He can get a new scythe, a skin for his scythe, a new skin for his character and shit. He'll literally play until he's like tier 100 and he's got everything open. He's like, man, I don't know what else to do, man. But he'll get on there and he'll play and he'll play and he'll play. And then, of course, when things are going south for him and shit, and he's just like, man, fuck this game. I'm going over to something else. So he'll be like, okay, come over to PUBG with us. So he'll have a good time with PUBG. He'll get bored with it. Like, man, I'm going back over to Fortnite. I'm like, why?
Why?
I really don't get why people would spend money in that game, because no matter what you do or what you look like in that game, a bullet is still a bullet. It's going to do the same shit.
Pretty much. Like, I would sit there and play online with him and be like, yo, how the fuck did I die? Someone shot you?
He did that in Battlefield. He did that in Battlefield all the time. I'm like, what are you talking about?
He's like, yo, how the fuck did I die? Yo, whatever, man. I'm like, hey, we're all dying the same. Yes, it's bullshit, but...
Well,
in a shooting game, you're going to ask, how did I die? You got shot!
Mm-hmm. I mean,
right. If somebody kills me in a game, if I get killed in the game, I go, I wonder where that came from, is what I say. You know what I mean?
That's what I always wonder. Like, I'll sit there...
Where did it come from?
I'll sit there in PUBG and I'll be like...
ran out in the middle.
Yeah.
He just ran out in the middle of all this gunfire, gets shot. Oh, I get shot. I'm like, oh, dude, you didn't use cover. You ran right out in the middle of the gunfire.
I know what the problem is. He goes, oh, man, how'd I get shot? Wait, I gotta get another beer. That's what happens.
Take a shot every time you get shot.
Yeah, he told me last night that his buddy wanted him to get on Fortnite with him. He's like, yo, I can't even see the TV.
Drunk in Fortnite? I love it. That should be a new series.
See, now me, I raged last night, all right? It's not over Battlefield or anything. It was over Fallout 76. Now,
yes,
let's talk about this game for a little bit, because it's a good game. I mean, yes, it's very buggy. It's very glitchy. You know, it's not Bethesda's first online doing. I mean, you know, Elder Scrolls Online had its quirks when it came out, but it's gotten a lot better. Fallout's going to be the same way.
I mean, see, the thing, all of Bethesda's games are that way. When they first come out, a lot of them are buggy, but they do wind up fixing them.
Oh, yeah. With this game, what really frustrated me last night was I got in, and of course I was playing with you and Kira and his wife, and of course you hopped off. So I was trying to do one mission that I had on the east side of the map.
Lady comes first.
And I was like, I couldn't quite do the mission. I died like 2 or 3 times. Like the second time I died, it was by this giant alpha hermit crab. I was like, what the fuck is that? Something we haven't. Oh, it wasn't a firework. This was it was an alpha hermit crab. It was a giant hermit crab. That's when we get back on there, I got to show you. It's on the east side down near the south. I have a mission down there.
Kira's waiting for me to get on, so I'll be on that a little bit.
Yeah, I'll hop on there in a little bit with y'all too after the stream. But
cool.
Not just that. I was like, okay. I tried to join in on their world. The biggest thing that they need to fix is the fact when you join in on your friends in another world or another server, and sometimes it's like, oh, server's full, you're in the queue. I'm like, I don't want to be in the queue. I want to be in the world, or I want to be playing a game. I don't want to sit here in a queue. So I was actually able to get into their world, but my camp disappeared. It said, oh, your camp is unavailable right now. You know, you're going to have to put it somewhere else. I'm like, don't tell me this fucking game just deleted my camp. And usually the problem with that is if somebody has a camp in that world that's in the exact same spot where yours is at, it bumps yours out. So you're forced to put your camp somewhere else. So that's frustrating right there. So I restarted the game. I came back in. Okay, my camp was there. All right. So I tried to fast travel to my camp. Wouldn't let me. I'm like, that motherfucker better be there. Because my icon's there, my camp better be there. So I teleported to the manor, which is right around the corner from there. So I spawn on the road near the manor. I'm heading toward my camp. A landmine fucking blows me up and sends me flying in the air. I'm like, oh, this is fucking terrific. So then, at one point, I had to close it out again for some reason. I came back in. I was trying to join in on them. And again, I got the world is full error. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just coming in. So I went into a random world. I went to another spot to complete another mission. And I came across this another player. And I'm a level 34, 35 or something like that in the game right now. So this other player is like a level 20. And I'm like, okay, have fun. I'm not doing anything to you. Of course, the motherfucker's going to start attacking me for no reason, you know? So I start attacking back.
Yep.
So then I come back seeking revenge on him. I kill his buddy. And then he ended up killing me again. And that got really frustrating. So then when I spawn back in, not only did I spawn in with them shooting toward me, I spawned in right in front of a fucking super mutant. I was like, oh, this is fucking terrific. So I was already at that point right there. So I was like, fuck this game, I'm done. And I ended up fucking oh shit, I can't join in on you. I haven't fucking reinstalled it yet. Oh, shit.
Yeah, James just asked me that. He's like, I thought he deleted it. I'm like, you said you were getting back on too. I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot to reinstall it because I deleted the motherfucker. I was so fucking pissed off with it. And we were talking about that last night because what Bethesda needs to do, and Kira's already said they're going to add a PvP section for it. And I'm like, yeah, because right now with other players in that world. If they just kill you randomly for no reason, just to take your shit, that makes the game very unplayable. It makes it unenjoyable. I can't.
And I think it's a lot of the problem when it first came out because a lot of people did not want to be forced to do PvP.
Yeah.
And see, when I was at my base, it was like last week with me and Kira and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
We all got attacked and shot at from some guy that was glitching in the air and shooting through my walls.
Yep.
And he took all of our caps and all of our stuff and everything and then left the server. That's bullshit. I'm sorry, it is.
It is.
And at the same time, and then I have somebody else coming and trying to destroy all the work I did on my house.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little ridiculous too. It should not be forced. It should be a choice. There should be a separate server for PvP if people want to do it. But it should not be forced if people don't want to do it. A lot of people just want to play it for the missions and do the PvE and all that, which is why I got it. I didn't want to do PvP.
Yeah, and it should have been. They should have been two separate servers to begin with when they put the game out there.
Yeah.
Because right now that's a big problem. You got other people in there that probably already beat the game, and they just want to act like assholes, make it completely unenjoyable for anybody new starting out. And I was like, I'm not going to play this game until they fix this shit, they patch it up, they do what they need to do, because if I get on every single time and I got somebody just randomly attacking me for no reason, you know, stealing all my hard work, you know, taking away all my hard work that I put into that game, I'm like, I'm not going to fucking play it until they fix it, because there's just so much wrong with this game right now. Like, it is enjoyable, but with the PvP aspect, it makes it more unenjoyable when you can't enjoy the game itself, when you can't do what you went in there to do. And then, of course, it was even more horrible on PC. It was so unplayable on PC. Like, my coworker, he got it on PC. He said it was so unplayable that he got a refund. So many people got a refund for this game. And there's a particular way, he said, where it's like, I know Bethesda at one point wasn't giving refunds, or they had something, it was something they said or something they put out to anybody who needed a refund. So what my coworker did, he went to his bank and he said, look, I paid for this product. I expected it to work. And it does not work the way it's intended to. It's a AAA $60 game that I expected to play and have it run properly, and it doesn't. I want my refund back. And the company, the developer, they refused to give me a refund. So what happened? His bank gave him the full refund for that game. Who was eating something?
Not me.
Oh.
It's Fat Squatch again. He's always eating
Skittles.
something.
He's eating some Mirelurk meat.
I'm eating Skittles.
Taste the rainbow.
Tasty rainbow.
He's tasting the rainbow.
He's tasting the
rainbow.
So
Fat Squatch loves the rainbow.
I think my sugar was a little low, so I had to do something.
That's right, yeah. So yeah, he said he got a refund from his bank. And what happens is they refund him the money, they bill or fine or something. They send a bill to Bethesda, and Bethesda has to pay a $30 fine charge for that, or fee charge or something, whatever the banks charge. So you can imagine, let's say 10,000 people. All right, let me bring my calculator up here. Let's say 10,000 people wanted to refund this game back. And they say, okay, they get a refund back from their banks, and the banks charge Bethesda or whoever deals in the department of, the finances for the games and shit. So they charge them $30 per game for a refund, because the bank had to refund the users, so now they're charging Bethesda, okay, $30. So that's $30 per game. Let's say 10,000. That's a minimum right there. That's not. Let's say the game. All right. You know what? Where's my clear button? Let's say 2 million people bought this game, and 2 million people were very unhappy with it, and they got refunded by their banks or whoever they go to, and the banks charge Bethesda, say, okay, $30 per game. So that's 2 million times 30 bucks. That's $60 million that Bethesda would have to pay out to these banks. And then you don't even know how much you brought in sales-wise for these games. That's pretty bad from a financial standpoint, from a business standpoint. That's pretty bad. When a game like that you put out and it's completely broken, and it's going to take you time to fix, it should have been. I say they should have pushed it back a little bit more if they knew it was going to be broken the first day it came out, or at least put a little bit more effort into it up until its launch. But it is what it is, and it's still pretty broken.
They could have let the player base know ahead of time, hey, this is probably still going to be broken when it comes out. Just cope with us.
Yeah. Or at least put it out in a beta form, at least.
Yeah.
Because you know how, look at PUBG. PUBG was in beta form on Xbox for almost a year, while they were putting in patch after patch after patch, and they finally fixed it up, and now it's a full game on Xbox. It still has its quirks every now and then, and they're still going to patch it up. They actually got a new map coming out next month for it, and we can't wait for that. But some games that are like that, yeah. But with Fallout, I do enjoy it, but I won't see myself get back into it until Bethesda addresses a lot of the main issues, and my biggest issue is the PvP, because that should not. That's the biggest problem. If you want PvP to interact with a PvE server, at least have an option where, okay, this guy wants to duel you, and just be like, okay, we'll do that.
Or you can do what WoW did.
Mm-hmm.
Where they have it where when you're in like a major city, say in Fallout, you're in your house, right? Or your camp.
Yeah.
You have the option to turn on PvP. And then what it does is it puts you only with PvP players at that point.
Well, that's kind of like how GTA Online is. Like GTA Online, you could put it on like I think it's like safe mode or something, to where other players can't attack you or anything. You know, you can still do some missions.
But see, the thing is, they can still get around that though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
There's still ways around that filter where you could still get killed.
Yeah, people are hacking that shit all the time.
And they never worked on that.
It's hacked all to hell on the 360 and PS3 servers for GTA, and it's just now getting.
Oh, I know. I couldn't even get servers.
Yeah,
I was getting stuck in my house and all because people kept putting stuff in front of the door.
Yeah, my brother, he had to he did like 2 or 3 accounts on GTA because he kept getting server banned because of all these modders or somebody getting butt hurt over something he's doing, and they fucking report him, and it's like, oh, server ban. I swear, that's just my biggest issue with Fallout is with that. I mean, of course, yeah, the enemies are real tough in there, but it's all level based, and you get around it. It's still pretty good when you team up with your friends and you go in there and you can help each other complete missions and all. It's a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun. I've probably sunk like anywhere between 20 and 30 hours into it myself. I don't know how long you all been playing it for. Like Kira's like what, almost level 50, I think.
I've been playing for 76 hours according to the challenge I completed.
Jesus Christ.
I get into that game. I'm sorry. I love that game.
Oh,
I love Fallout. I've always loved Fallout games. Fallout 4 was one of my favorites. No, my favorite is New Vegas. Don't hate me, fans.
Everybody said
New
that.
Vegas
Everybody said that Vegas was a good one.
New Vegas was an amazing one. NCR, baby.
Yep. Oh god, and then of course, let's see, what else came out? Okay, Black Ops. Everybody hated on Black Ops before it even came out. I was like, you know what? There's no campaign in it. I think it's gonna suck. But when it came out, it was pretty decent, and I got into it. I still got to get back into it to play the. Is it a new map or is it the fact that they just added the ship?
They added the ship next to the construction.
That's right.
Yard.
Because I saw the ship. I was going to go to the ship the last time I played, and I was like, yeah, everybody's going there. Fuck that.
Yeah, me and Bane played a few weeks ago, and we're going to try it, but we never landed because that's where everybody was going.
Yeah. And
there's a helicopter on the yacht, though. There is a helicopter there, and the new buggy I saw, but I didn't get to try it yet.
Okay. And of course, the zombies. I played the zombies a couple times. I played it once with Bane. I think I played with you or Kira and somebody else.
I've only played it once, and I played it with Kira, so it was probably with Kira.
And then, of course, I played the classic zombie on there. I played that with Jerry. He found an exploit on that map to where you can get stuck behind a door, but you can still shoot the zombies and shit, which is pretty neat. I mean, we lasted up to like round or wave 13 or 14 before he died, and I ended up, moving my character forward past the door and dying myself. So
nice. What a good way to die.
So pretty much. We didn't talk about every single game out there, but we had a pretty good year for video games. There was a lot of good titles that came out. Some were kind of meh, but I do think this was one of the better years that we've had in the past 10 years for video games.
Definitely.
Because the last time we had a really good... Yeah, because the last time we had a really good year was either 2007 or 2008. It was the year that Halo 3 came out.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I remember when that fucking game came out. I was at work that night, and in the break room we had G4 TV on, and they were having like a Halo marathon, talking about Halo and shit, and I'm like, oh, God, I can't wait to
miss G4 TV. I used to love that channel.
Used to be Tech TV back in my high school days, and went to G4, and now it's just like, oh, everybody's still watching the shit online. Like, you took off my favorite channel.
And they need to bring G4 too online. Yep. Unless they already did, and I just don't know about it.
All right, so I do
overall, it was
Yeah, it was a really good year for games. On the game
All right,
part.
what's your game of the year? What is your game of the year?
Yeah, that's hard.
I know there's so many good games this year. I can't really think of which game would be my game of the year.
Especially like with everything I played, and then I'll try to think of like what the hell did I play. I know I played quite a bit. I still yet to play God of War. I heard it was really good.
Yes, that's really good. That's a good game.
To me, it's a tie between Forza Horizon 4 and I do got to say Spider-Man. Like, I know Spider-Man is a single player only game and there's no multiplayer or whatever, but it was still a pretty good game for what it is. I definitely enjoyed it. It's the better Spider-Man game that I've played since Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 2.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know if you have a game of the year, Cypher. I know you say you haven't played a lot this year.
Yeah, I haven't played a lot this year because I can't afford anything.
I don't blame you there.
We need to start a charity for Fat Squash.
Yeah. GoFundMe.
He can perform for us.
We'll stream for food.
We will stream an animated. Oh, what the fuck? Animated? What the fuck's We will stream an animated version of Fat Squatch dancing on stream. We like donate to Fat Squatch for food.
He'll show you his belly.
Yeah, he'll strip off his fur.
Yeah, now we're giving him ideas for his channel.
We'll play some Christmas time music. We'll do it in the future. We'll be like, yeah, we'll play some Christmas. I'm like, isn't Christmas over? I'm like, not for Fat Squatch.
It's just beginning.
We're making a GoFundMe.
He's got some presents.
Fat Squatch Christmas 2019.
Hey, for Fat Squatch, Christmas comes all year.
Yep. He'll come once a
year.
year.
Take that how you want to.
Yep. He comes all year long. Christmas comes all year long. that
Christmas comes all year over.
That takes me back to that movie, The World Is Not Enough, where Denise Richards' character is Christmas Jones, and what was it, at the end of the movie, Bond is like, I always wanted to have Christmas in Turkey. And she was like, is that another Christmas joke? He's like, no, never. And then like the very last scene, they're in bed. And he's like, I was wrong about you. Yeah, how so? I thought Christmas only came once a year.
Oh! That's bad.
I was just like, I wonder if he ad-libbed that or if they actually added it to the script.
2018 is the year my frat's little mind got destroyed.
Yeah, 2019 it's going to be the same.
Probably worse.
I think 2018 was when Fat Squatch actually scarred half your chicken squad.
And it still made for very good entertainment.
We'll never think of Horizon the same way ever again.
I got something rising too. I mean... Oh man!
God.
And of course, with all the good times, we had some bad times. I mean, let's see. I do have another list. Like even movie wise, like there were some pretty decent movies that came out this year. Especially Marvel wise. Like the biggest Marvel movie that came out this year was Black Panther. It was like, God, I guess it was like one of the highest grossing films of 2018 or of all time. And
Deadpool 2 is my favorite.
Yeah, I love Deadpool too.
I'm gonna watch.
Definitely. See, Black Panther, I didn't see what the hype was behind it because I didn't know too much about the character. I guess a lot of people loved it because it's the first Marvel movie where the entire almost the entire cast, is played by Jamaican or African American actors. So I guess they felt like I guess I'm not trying to sound racist in a way. I guess they figure it was probably like the Tyler Perry Marvel version movie, Tyler Perry Marvel movie,
Here's a better way to
dress
put
up
it.
like a woman in this one.
Here's a better way to put it. It was the Obama of the movies.
Yeah. That's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Because the hype he had when he was running for office.
Obama.
Yep.
That's the best way to do it.
I mean, I seen it once. It was good. I didn't see. I would have to watch it again to understand it a little bit more. But I didn't really see the hype that everybody had put into it. Like, one of my coworkers, he went and saw it like 3 times in the theater, and I watched it once, and I was like, I can't really. I couldn't get into it like I thought I would, because everybody's talking about how good it is. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it, and I'm like, it was meh from what I watched, but I have to rewatch it again to fully get into it. And Wolf's back. I didn't even know you left. But we also
no
had...
wonder we're so quiet.
But there were some other Marvel movies too. Like, I did enjoy Deadpool 2 when that came out. Now, here's my thing with this. We went and saw the Avengers. Age of Ultron, not Age of Ultron, Infinity Wars. We saw Infinity Wars. That was really good. I enjoyed it. The ending was a big twist and shocker a lot of people expected it. I don't know if y'all saw it. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it was a shocker to me. I'm like, yeah, okay, now it's just like leading up to the next Avengers movie, which is not really even going to take place right after that movie, but I think like sometime after. So I was like, okay, I enjoy the Avengers, and then Deadpool 2 comes out, and I really love Deadpool 2. I walked out of the theater, I was like, I loved Avengers, but this beat it for me. I said, this beat it for me.
Well, it's Deadpool. It's no contest. Come on. Deadpool is like the greatest character out there.
And it was like, I know the first one was more fun. The first Deadpool was funny, but it was a more serious tone, I guess, because they got the origin story in there, and then it was good for what it was. It was still a really good movie. And then Deadpool 2 is like, it's that movie. It's like, okay, you know who Deadpool is. You know his backstory. We're going to fucking turn up the dial and make things 10 times better. You got, what the hell's his name? I keep forgetting his name. Is it Josh Brolin, I guess? Is that who it is who played Cable?
So.
Yeah. Josh Brolin who played Cable. He was also, what's his face in Infinity Wars. I'm having fucking, man, I'm having amnesia. I can't remember the fucking characters' names.
Amnesia.
That was a game, too. Yeah,
that was also a song I created when I was a kid.
That must be what you're singing now.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I had my whole class singing it on a field trip.
Yep, Deadpool was awesome, Wolf. I still even yet to see Ant-Man and the Wasp. I heard that was really good. I think there was another one that just recently came out, and I'm not talking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I heard that was really good, but I could have sworn there was another one that came out. God, I can't even think straight of that. Let's see, we had...
I wouldn't be one that would do. I don't keep up with those movies, just Deadpool.
Let's see, there was another good movie I saw this year that came out earlier this year. It was 3 billboards outside... what the hell's the name of that town? It's in Missouri. We'll just call it 3 billboards. It's got Woody Harrelson, Sam Rockwell in it, and it has what's her name? I forgot her name. She's from the movie Fargo. That was a pretty good. It was kind of a dark comedy, but it's like a dark comedy / drama in a way. It's based off a true events. It has something to do with these 3 billboards about this mother whose daughter was raped and killed, and the local police department didn't do anything about it. So she ends up driving down this road and sees these 3 billboards for sale. So she goes to this local place in town that puts all these posts up on the billboards, and of course she pays up front. She said, I want this message on all 3 billboards. So she pays the first month in advance. And then there's this message that pops up on the boards about the rape and all, and about how crooked the police department is. Like, I thought going into the movie, I thought it was going to be a very boring movie. But the first 5 minutes reeled me in, and it got very interesting. all the way up to the end, and then when the end credits rolled, I was like, oh god, I want more from this movie. It was a really good movie. I enjoyed it for what it was.
Check it out.
It's like 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. That's what it is. 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. It was a really good movie. Like, the first 5 minutes got me hooked in it. And, of course, Sam Rockwell. I'm a fan of Sam Rockwell. His acting is superb. If you don't know who he is, he started out in this old classic horror movie called Clown House back in 1988-89. He was also in movies like... He was in The Green Mile. He played, what was his name? Buffalo, what was his, I forgot his name. He was the wild guy in the cell, you know. He was the crazy white guy. He was in the movie Moon, I guess, where he was like not an astronaut, but he was like stranded on the space station or something. He was the father in the Poltergeist remake. Even though that movie was not that great, but his acting is still good. He's a really good actor, so I do watch anything with him in it. He was also in Charlie's Angels. He was in the movie Charlie's Angels. He played the villain in there. So any of those movies, if you've seen them, you would know who he is.
So would you say that would be like your movie of the year?
I could say, yeah, that one definitely. You know, for that one. Because out of all, I'm still backlogged on a lot of movies. There's still a lot of movies I've yet to see. Like one that just came out, I have yet to see Aquaman that just came out this past week, and I heard that was pretty good. What else came? Venom. Venom was a good movie too. For what a lot of people said, Venom was pretty good. Halloween 2018.
Yeah, I was going to say that one is probably my second favorite of the year behind Deadpool 2. That movie was so good. The ending was, I love the ending. I'm sorry.
For me, I had to rewatch it again. Because for me, well, the first time I watched Halloween, I watched the bootleg copy of it. And I was like, okay, it's alright. And then we went and saw it in theaters. And I got, kind of the same vibes. But there was just certain things in there that had plot holes for me that I'm pretty sure... They said there's a lot of deleted scenes on the DVD and all that's coming out. Mm-hmm. That's going to explain a lot of the backstory.
I mean, there was some plot holes, but for the most part, I really enjoyed the movie, despite the plot holes, of course. I mean, like I said, I love the ending, how they had it set up. I won't spoil it for any of you guys, but I just love how it was set up.
Just like him going in, okay, like he's just a mass murderer, like for so many years. He was the brother of Laurie Strode, and then had the whole family timeline going on down these movies, and every movie was enjoyable for me. Yeah, I know Curse of Michael Myers was bad. H2O pretty much brought it back up to standards. Resurrection was terrible. Rob Zombie.
I like the Curse.
Yeah.
It was the weakest of the series, but I still enjoyed them all. But it was definitely the weakest.
Yeah, I do enjoy watching them all whenever they come on. My favorite, of course, is going to be 1978, followed by the second one, and then even though it was pretty weak, Curse of Michael Myers, I do enjoy that one. It is still kind of cheesy. You got Paul Rudd in there in that role of Tommy Doyle.
Oh, actually, you know what? Curse was not the weakest of the series. The worst of the series by far was Resurrection.
That's what I say, yeah. Resurrection was very weak.
Resurrection. It was very bad. Very bad. Terrible.
Followed by Halloween 5. Halloween 5 was good for what it was, but it was very weak. Because they figured, like, the success of 4, they had to get another sequel out there. So the sequel, 5, that came out a year later, but... It fell short. So then Curse came out, and there's two versions of Curse. There's the director's cut, which is hard to find. You could find it on eBay, or you could download it if you had like a torrent site or something. You could download that. I actually have the director's cut, and then you got the theatrical cut. And
I've never seen the director's cut.
Well, the director's cut gave it more of an occult feel, to where you learn that the baby in the movie was actually Michael's baby, because in the director's cut, it's learned that, after they taken him and Jamie, the youngest girl of the whole series, they took him to this occult, underground place, whatever the hell it is, and Jamie gave birth to this baby. In the theatrical version, you don't know whose baby it is. It's Jamie's baby. But in the director's cut, you learn that, they had Michael Myers have sex with Jamie Lloyd, and it's Michael's baby. And when she went, wow. And when she went to have the baby, it was supposed to be a sacrifice for Michael to end the curse of Thorn on him, which is explained in the movie. Not too much into detail, but they do a decent enough descriptive detail and explanation on what the curse of Thorn was and why Michael did what he did.
Right.
But other than that, Halloween 2018 pretty much scrapped Halloween 2 all the way up to Resurrection. They scrapped that whole thing. This is a direct sequel to the original 40 years later. And I had mentioned that back in October. This is like 40 years this movie had come out. God damn, we are old.
Speak for yourself. That was 11 years before my time.
It was 1978. I was born in 85, so yeah, that was like 7 years before my time, and I do enjoy it. It's to me, yeah, it's a favorite among people. It's a breath of fresh air for the series. I think it's going to take me a couple more watch throughs or whatever to actually enjoy it a little bit more than what I do now.
I can't wait for the sequel to it.
Yep. And let's see, back in August, Spike Lee came out with a movie that a lot of people are, I guess they like it. It's a Spike Lee movie, Black Klansman.
Oh,
I haven't seen it.
I don't think I've heard of it.
If you look at the title,
it sounds kind of familiar. I mean, I know it probably is about, but
it's called Black Klansman, and in the title, it's like there's KKK in there, but it's called Black Klansman.
I figured.
I guess that would be an all-side joke for Cypher after we end the stream.
Funny.
Look, he's already thinking of it.
Mission Impossible Fallout. I've yet to watch that, but I heard it's the best in the series.
I don't think I've actually ever watched a full Mission Impossible movie.
My favorite to date, until I see Fallout, will always be Mission Impossible 2 for me. It's very
I hear the
nostalgic.
second is the best of the series.
Yeah, the movie, the soundtrack. I was telling Kira the other night with the soundtrack. Oh shit, Dark is back online. I wonder if he'll hop in.
Not that dick again.
now that Cypher's in here, it'd be like, oh man, you finally got your mic working? Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It was meh. It wasn't great, but it was meh. And then you got the long awaited Incredibles 2. I've yet to see either one of them. Let's see. I want to save the deaths for when Dark comes in. You seen all the Mission Impossibles? Yeah, I haven't seen a new one yet either, man. I'm still. I have a copy of it. I still yet to see it. Let me get a hold of Dark's ass. Dark, get in here. Not get in her.
Oh god.
Can he do both?
Oh. Everybody's in. Oh yeah, totally. We're definitely in.
He's probably like, God damn, you're all still alive? Yeah.
Actually, if you don't get in here, it's completely fine. I don't need that bitch in here ruining this podcast anyway.
He's probably listening like, oh god, now I gotta get in there. He said something.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't need to be in her either.
Now, in Dark's case, it's normally a him, but we won't say anything. Gives her that Wolfie style.
I'm surprised you don't like Discord. And I'm like,
okay, yes, everybody, this year was the creation of Wolfie style.
Yep. And he mentioned it in the chat. He's like, yep, I created it. It's a meme. It's a 2018 meme.
I created. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Well,
don't take the credit for it.
with the help of Wolf, he's like, oh boy.
Oh, he needs help. All right, I'll give him some help later, right, Wolf? Ah. He'll be howling at the moon tonight.
Shadow created it. Yep. Copyright 2018 case, sir. Wolf was like, ew, no. Food important. he wrote back, oh, food important. Oh, okay.
That's because his fat ass needs food.
He's probably listening. He's like, yeah, I'm eating food right now. Well, let's see. We had the movies, we had the games. I'm not going to go into the music because I can't remember much about what music came out this year, other than that dumbass Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly bullshit that happened.
Are you dissing him?
No, I like Eminem. I like Eminem. It was like, Machine Gun Kelly. I'm like, what? Oh, nice. He's having Texas Roadhouse. He sent a picture in the Discord. He's at Texas. Oh, he's eating good tonight. New
so
Year's
he can't hear us.
He's probably tuned into the stream. I don't know. I mean, he's logged in online on Discord. He's okay.
It's just scared because he can't handle this. He can't handle Shadow. I'll fuck him up. He knows it.
Let's see. Let's go through the deaths. Like, yeah, every year we have a whole batch of new deaths, and we're like, oh god, this is already the worst fucking year of all, you know? Everybody says that as soon as, like, the new year begins, there's always some tragic death. Like, last year, I forgot who died right at the end of 2017. It was something big, and everybody's like, god, can 2017 end already? Because it's like somebody was dying every day. Let's see, at the beginning of the year, I don't know who the hell this is. Olivia Cole. She was from the series Roots. She died at 75. In February, Bill Cosby's daughter, Ensa. She died at 44.
Wait, what? I didn't know about that.
Neither did I.
Huh.
Actor Reggie Cathy. On House of Cards.
Right. He died this year. Yeah, he's from The Wire.
Yep, and Oz.
Damn good actor, too.
He died at 59.
I forgot he died this year.
Former bad boy rapper Craig Mack. I've never heard of this dude. Craig Mack.
Craig Mack died?
He died in March. He was 47.
Isn't he like a 90s rapper, if I remember correctly?
I've never heard of him.
I've heard of him. I'm trying to remember who he was. I know who he is.
This is a memorable one here. Vern Troyer died at 49.
Yeah, that's right. Vern Troyer died this year.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
You know 2018 is sad when Mini-Me dies. Oh, God. Let's see. You got some shit on here about Cardi B and Post Malone. I'm like, I don't care for either of them.
Of course, Mike keeps up with all the fashionable trends and all that going on out there. He knows all the gossip.
Yep. I got Twitter. I got Twitter.
He forgot some honorable mentions on that list.
Yeah, I'm going through the list. If I forget anything, I'll let you.
Like the old guy down the street that died after having a 69.
Oh, you mean Whitey?
What?
The guy that died after his dick died. You know.
Oh, you mean Whitey?
Yeah, the guy down the street.
I bet you he was Whitey that night. Damn, that's a hell of a way to go doing a 69.
Where's Tim when you need him?
That's funny. I'd be asking the same thing.
He'd
My
be
coworker.
He'd be like, "Who's Whitey?" Oh, you mean the old guy down the street?
It's another honorable mention. Now, it's not a real person, but quote unquote Rick Grimes died too. Quote unquote.
Didn't Carl die too? Oh wait, he died last. That's right. Fuck.
Was that last year? No, was it this year though? It was last season, but wasn't it still this year?
It was last season. No, it was last year. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because when the continuation of 8 came out, it was right after his. Well, it was in limbo. It was in limbo. Okay, it was announced that he was bit at last year, and then this year it's like, he died. It was kind of a limbo thing. So yeah, Carl and Daddy died.
Carl,
not Coral. Oh, Dark's gonna kill us because if he's listening in, he'd be like, "You bastards!"
Why, he watched The Walking Dead too?
Yeah, he hasn't caught up since I think season 6 or 7. I think.
I think he said it once. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, because we were talking. Yeah, I can hear you. You still there?
Actually, you know what? Since we're talking about deaths, I just want to shout out a coworker of mine passed away a few months ago.
Oh yeah, I think you were talking about that too.
Yeah, after surviving 2 strokes and a heart attack, it finally caught up to him.
Cypher, your mic didn't take a shit on you, did it?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I think Fat Squash did.
I was going to say, because you're like, can you hear me? I'm like, yeah.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
Unless Dark said it. Unless he came in for a second and said, yeah, can you hear me? And then left. I don't know.
Oh, he came all right.
Nelson Mandela's ex-wife, Winnie Mandela, died at 81. She died the same month that Vern Troyer died. Joe Jackson, father of Michael Jackson and his other siblings, died back in June. The guy that was responsible for pushing Michael and his family into singing and shit, and
pretty much screwed his whole family up.
Yeah, he was pretty much an asshole that whole time. Richard the Old Man Harrison from Pawn Stars died at 77. Let's see. Of course, in August, Aretha Franklin, she passed away sadly, age 76. I remember that. They did like a 2 or 3 fucking day, a 2 or 3 day memorial for her on CNN and shit, and everybody was like, "Oh God, can you stop that already?" They didn't even do that much for Michael Jackson. Nope. If anybody's ever seen the show Different Strokes, Charlotte Rae, who played the housekeeper Edna on the show, she died at 92 this year. That was the same.
I don't remember her.
Yeah, I think she was like the maid or something. I can't remember. Mac Miller, I heard very little about him. He passed away at 26. He died in September. Sadly, and this is what I kind of wanted Dark in here for, because I know he would have had a few things to say about it. Burt Reynolds passed away in September, age 82. The Bandit. Same month, Bill Cosby got 3 to 10 years in prison for spiking drinks. Now he's become the pudding pop of prison.
Spiking pudding pops?
Yep. Rapper Young Greatness, another nobody that I don't know anything about or have heard of, was shot and killed at age 34 in October.
Mustn't have been
that's typical for raps.
Probably. Suge Knight, he was sentenced to 28 years in prison. I heard there was like so much conspiracy behind him that he was the reason Tupac and Biggie Smalls were shot.
Yep, actually that's been going on for years. They've been talking about that. Yeah, they always assumed he was involved in some way.
Yeah, it was between him and Puff Daddy or P Diddy or whatever the fuck he's going by.
Yeah, P Diddy was the other one. Yeah.
Let's see. Anybody die in November? I think mother of Diddy's. Yeah, speaking of Diddy, mother of Diddy's children and ex-girlfriend Kim Porter was found dead at 47. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is another sad one. This was expected though. I knew this was going to happen. Former President George H.W. Bush died at 94.
Such a shame.
This month, Nancy Wilson, jazz singer, died at 81. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that I forgot. I know there's a lot of... Oh, yeah, they don't even have biggest honorable mention, Stan Lee. He passed away, yep. How can y'all not have that on your list? Fuck y'all. Where I found that fucking article at? Fuck y'all.
They probably hadn't updated it. Because remember, that just happened not too long ago.
Probably, yeah. We have Stan Lee, who was mostly responsible for the Marvel universe, with the comic books and all, and had so many memorable cameos in all the movies. Sadly passed away. Who was he? 90-something. I forgot.
Was it 96?
That's what I'm thinking. I think it was 96.
It was 96. Yeah, I think so. He was pretty old.
Yeah, he went through the fucking World War One, World War Two, Vietnam War, Korean War, all the fucking wars that happened in the 19th century. I think he was a veteran at one point. I can't remember.
Yes, I think remember reading something about that.
Yeah. That's like Elvis. Like when Elvis, he was in the fucking army for a little bit, and he came out. I was like, oh,
Dude, seriously.
I'm waiting for Cypher to make a comment on that.
Come on, Fat Squats, we're waiting for it.
I'll hold off.
All he needs to do is just grunt, and he's happy.
That's where he got his pelvis moved from.
That's a new Fortnite dance. Then you can sue them.
Is that what Elvis sounds like? Constipated?
I guess that's what he sounded like the night he took a shit and died.
Elvis isn't dead though, guys. He's in another country.
Yeah, he just went home. Yeah, don't you?
New meeting is silent but deadly.
Yep. They said, "What are you doing in there, King?"
I'm all shook up.
I am no longer taking a part of this conversation.
In the ghetto.
You guys need help.
Oh God, we are 3 hours.
We don't need help. We've already got it figured out.
Yeah. Well, we are 3 hours and 7 minutes in. I'm gonna bring up one last thing we could talk about here, and I got it, and I fiddled around with it for quite a bit. I'm gonna get some opinions in on it.
I want to fiddle around too.
Yeah. I went out and got the PlayStation Classic. I don't even think I told Wolf about that yet. Yeah, I went out and I bought the PS1 Classic. And it was I know when they first announced it, they said it was going to have like 20 games on it. And the first 5 games that they were talking about was yeah, Wolf's like, "Oh no." And Dark Posts in the Discord, 2018-2 confirmed. Fuck 2019. It's not just 2, it's part 2. It's a continuation of all the bullshit.
Sounds about right.
But yeah, I remember when it first announced it, I think the 5 games they talked about was Wild Arms, Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid, Twisted Metal, and there was something else, something other obscure. So like, okay, so far it's got an alright lineup. Metal Gear Solid, of course. That's one thing I definitely look forward to playing on there is Metal Gear Solid. Because I beat that twice already, the original.
Best game ever made.
Yep.
Hands down.
And it's got games like Final Fantasy VII, Ridge Racer 4. Oh god, there's 20 titles on there. Tekken 3, I played a little bit of Tekken 3 on there. Wild Arms, Twisted Metal. I can't even think off the top of my head. The box is downstairs. I got the console sitting in the drawer right now. But the console itself,
I think it's really small.
It is. They say it's like 45% the size of what the original PlayStation is. It fits. It literally fits in the palm of my hand. Like it covers my whole hand. And it's a model of the original PS1. It's got the parallel port on the back. I mean, it's the cover of the parallel port. It doesn't open up or anything, but it's basically it basically looks like the original model. And the controllers, it comes with 2 controllers. They're the same size as the original controllers. They're not DualShock, the original PS1 controllers. And the plug for it is like it's so cute. It's so cute. It looks like the original PlayStation plug that plugs into the console, but it's USB. It's not like the other console. It's USB. So I'm pretty sure I could probably plug it into a computer and play with it. Yeah, no Spyro, Tomb Raider, or Crash. I know, man. That's sad too.
But at least they've remade those, so at least we have another way of playing.
Yeah, it's true. And for 20 games for this console with 2 controllers, Sony priced it at $100. And that was very steep. That was too steep of a price for a classic console like this, especially with 20 games on it, and they don't even put a single classic on there like Spyro or Crash Bandicoot. They do have Resident Evil on there, though. We'll play Resident Evil. That's the other one I just remembered.
The only ones I think I wanted to play on there was like Final Fantasy. Did you say GTA was on there too, the first one?
Yeah, GTA's on there.
I played that, Resident Evil, and Metal Gear. That's like, what, 4 games out of the 20 that are on it I'd actually be interested in?
Yeah, I know.
The rest of them are just, I don't know what they were thinking.
And people have already hacked it to where they could put games on there, but there's a trick with that, and I'm going through it right now. Is you need a USB device, you need a flash drive or a hard drive that is compatible with that. I have a list of different hard drives and flash drives that are said to work, but they have certain issues with them, I guess, depending on the files. If you look up videos on YouTube on how to add games to this thing, they'll give you websites that download certain files, and you got to go in there, you got to tweak a couple things, add your ROMs to it, put them on the flash drive, and then you would plug the flash drive into the Player 2 support on the console before plugging into power. That way it will read it, and if it reads it right, all those ROMs will show up on the dashboard for that console. So you can actually, it's not really jailbreaking in a way. It's basically adding an extra code to what the console can actually read. So right now that's what I'm in the middle of doing. But I need another flash drive, because the flash drive I have, for whatever reason, it'll read it, but it needs a USB hub, a powered USB hub, in order to play it. Plus, it adds second player support, so you can actually plug in the second player controller to the hub, and you can play 2-player games on there. It's a little complicated, but it can be done. And I've even seen a video where somebody had every single PS1 game, North American, European, and Japanese games. That's over 800 titles right there. And they had him on the little spindle on the dashboard, and he was going through every single title, and it was playing them. So it can be done if you have a big enough hard drive or a big enough flash drive, and it works. And right now, it's discounted down to $60, $59.99, the price of a brand new video game. So if you want to go out there just to get it, I mean, I'm going to play it as is for now until I can actually, get the flash drive working on there. But right now, for $60 for a mini console like this with 20 games, even if you only play it for like 4 or 5 games, at least they gave it a decent discounted price, more reasonable price for this thing. And the biggest issue with it, and a lot of people have mentioned it, is there are PAL versions of certain games on there. And PAL versions run at 50 hertz, whereas with North American TVs, we run at 60 hertz. So the PAL versions are a little bit more uglier looking than...
Fuck you, PAL.
Yeah. that's Europe for you. So Europe has like an uglier version of a game than what we have over here. It's like, yeah, America's the best. America, play America. We have better looking games.
America.
So I would say, like, in my opinion, it's not the best that Sony has come up with. Like, they could have put some better games on there. If they had sold it with a Spyro game or a Crash Bandicoot game, maybe Resident Evil 2 along with Resident Evil. If they would have added 10 more games to the console, if they would have added more, to the memory, just gave us something much better.
Well, and that option for a second player too, because you got to make a workaround. Just do that.
Well, there are some games on there where you could play 2-player as well. You can,
okay.
Like when you take it out of the box, you can already play 2-player games on there. Like Tekken 3 is 2-player, Twisted Metal is 2-player. But I think there's very few games on there that are 2-player. But I'm talking like if you wanted to add more games to it and you need a flash drive for that.
I got you.
Yeah,
my bad.
So they add to those programs like Bleem. If you remember the emulator Bleem when it came out on PC, yep. And they even added support to the Dreamcast for that too a good while back.
Yes, they did.
So with Bleem, you had to plug in a USB hub so you could plug in that second player controller along with the flash drive in order to add the games and add 2-player support. It's a technical issue. I'll probably do like a live stream or something of that in the future once I get it working and all.
Mm-hmm.
But
that'd be cool.
Other than that, it's not completely bad, especially if I can, sort of quote unquote jailbreak it, to play other games. But right now, it's at a decent enough price if anybody wants to get it. So I gave my opinion on it. I want to, what are you guys' opinions on it? Do you think it's something that you can get in the future that you see yourselves playing?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I've always liked the PS1. That was my second ever system behind the Super Nintendo. I loved all the games on there. Now, if they would have added more games, I would have been more, enthusiastic about getting it before. But if they got this ability to add more games to it, shit, why not checking it out at some point?
Yeah.
Now, I think honestly, to add on to that point, I think they should do it with more systems. I heard something about an N64 they're thinking about doing.
Yeah, there's rumors of that going around.
I definitely. Y'all know this is going to come from me. You should have expected it. They should do a retro Dreamcast. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. That'll take them a little while because the Dreamcast, their specs is a little more high end than what the PlayStation and the 64 are, especially when it comes to running the game. So they would have to, they would have to make a good enough version of the console. If it's going to be mini, it's got to be able to support the hardware in there to where it's not going to overheat. There's going to be no lag whatsoever. It's going to be something they have to test out. They can't just throw it out there and say, here it is.
But, I mean, I think they could do it. I mean, there's still games out there being made for the Dreamcast, just not by Sega or any actual developers.
Yeah.
But there is still stuff out there. So, I mean, if there's people could do it, I'm sure with the technology we have today, they could figure it out at some point.
What about you, Cypher? Do you see yourself getting this in the future at all?
I don't know. Maybe as a collector's item. I might not actually play it.
Yeah. So it's just something to sit there on the shelf and collect dust. Well, not collect dust, but...
Well, the way I look at it is, I have an original PlayStation, and I still track down the original games. So...
There you go.
That's true.
I guess he really doesn't need it then if he's got the original.
Yeah, for a collector, that's the better way to go.
Yeah. Plus, he could play more games on it if he ever actually played it. He wouldn't have to worry about, jailbreaking it or whatever to get more games on there.
Mm-hmm. That's what I did with the PS2. Like my PS2, I did a video on it. God, when I had my little channel, and it was like, okay, you take the front plate off the disc tray. And you take your credit card, put a couple grooves in there, and you can actually play burned PS1 games on there. And at the time, I'm like, you know what? I'm into collecting, but I don't have the room right now. I don't have a game room that I would dream of having one day. But I do have games that I want to play on a TV through an authentic console. So I just downloaded a whole bunch of ROMs, burned them on discs, and I can play them on the PS2. Flawlessly. I got a whole booklet full of PS1 games. I'm talking, it's got to be like 200 to 300 some PS1 games that I have, either the original copies or burned copies.
Nice.
And I can still play them on there. But I'm hoping, with this little thing, maybe I could play, play some games on there still. It is in HD, so it runs on HDMI. I'm pretty sure. I think it runs at 720 when it comes to the resolution because it's kind of boxy. It's kind of boxed in a little bit, yeah. For the resolution ratio. So even though it's running like on HDMI, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a 1080 console. It's going to be running at 720, but still it looks pretty decent. But like I said, with the PAL versions of the games, they're watered down. They're pretty ugly. So I want me a North American 60 hertz running game.
Right.
And then other than that, I've still yet to get the NES or SNES Classic, but Bane has the SNES Classic, and it's worth the money because it has an unreleased game on there, Star Fox 2. Everybody's been wanting to play that.
Of course.
Well, other than that, guys, we're almost three and a half.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say something. I just want to say, thank you guys so much for making me a part of this group this year. I've had such a blast with you guys.
Oh, definitely, and we still got a lot more to do in 2019.
Oh, yes, we do. We do have a lot more in 2019, and I hate to do shameless plugs. I love them anyway. But I just want to say I got some things last night to help my channel out. I know it's been quiet for a while, but I'm looking at trying some new stuff next year. Hopefully my friends will help me out with that and all. I'm sure this group will for sure.
Oh yeah, we'll just share the links in our DMs on Facebook, and I'll get them out there on the pages and all.
It's been quiet, but I promise you, 2019 things will definitely be going a lot more smoother, hopefully. But yeah, I just want to throw it out there. Thanks again, guys. I appreciate it. And thanks to you guys for the fans. And next year is going to be even more fun, and there's going to be a lot more Wolfie style.
Yep. And we also hopefully we'll see Cypher Xavier, especially return with some other random crap and some other stuff he may have planned for his channel.
I love you, Fat Squatch.
Maybe we'll do a Fat Squatch series or something.
No, we need a video of Fat Squatch doing Wolfie style.
You know what? I was actually thinking that too. Wolfie and Fat Squatch got to get together.
Oh God. He would like that.
Yeah, even Wolf said he's going to do more streaming too. Yeah, definitely. It's like, I'm just glad, like, he's like, hell no.
We love you, Wolf. Come join us.
But I feel like one good thing about this whole thing, like, ever since I got the whole group involved and we all started doing this and that, I feel like everybody's much more comfortable and open up now to where everybody's able to spread out, do their own things. And that's really good because, like when I first started doing video content and streaming, even a friend of mine I used to hang out with, I don't even see him anymore. I was editing an old video a couple years ago, and he was like, so you're sitting there watching a video of yourself talking to the camera, and you're okay with that? I said, yeah, I was kind of embarrassed at first. I'm like, yeah, this is how I sound. But after a while, when you sit in front of a camera and you start rambling on, you become... You get more used to it.
Yeah, you get more comfortable. You get more confident.
Yeah.
You start getting more used to it. And, it's helped a lot of us. Look at me, for example. So I met you guys, and remember the first time we streamed together, and I told you how much I hated my voice when I first heard it.
Yeah.
But it's worked out. I got my own channel now. You helped me set stuff up. It's been a fantastic experience for me, and I thank you for that. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have got into any of this, and now it's just a fun hobby for me.
It is.
I really enjoy it,
especially when you build your own character when it comes to video streaming. Or recording video content, you build yourself a character, you're more comfortable with it, and that's pretty much what a stream is all about. When you're playing a video game, how many people want to sit there? Yeah, he's playing a video game, da-da-da, but, we spice it up. Like, when we play PUBG, when we do our Chicken Squad episodes, we spice it up. Not only are we playing a game and having fun, but just the way we interact with each other, the jokes and everything.
Oh yeah, and that's why I love this group, because I fit in real well with you guys, because you guys are exactly the same. And it's been great. It really has. And now I got my Russian character, which I love.
Yeah, because when you watch somebody like Shroud, he's a really good PUBG player, Fortnite player, whatever. And I figured just bring something new to the table, and that's what we've done as a group. Is we've established a character within ourselves to make it a little bit more enjoyable. Hopefully to bring a new audience in and say, hey, these guys are playing this game, but they're really fun to listen to and watch.
Yeah,
watch them interact with each other.
But see, at the same time, for me, I kind of look at you guys like my other family outside of my family now, because you guys have helped me out so much behind the scenes and all that. With all the stuff I've been going through. And, like I said, I appreciate all the stuff you guys have done for me this year. And, I just love being a part of this group. I really do. And I can't wait for more next year.
Oh, yeah. And I'm glad to have, like, some crazy friends like you, Cypher, Wolf, Dark, as always, Bane, Kira. You know, we're a big group. We've been friends for a long time.
Dark's he's not just a friend. He's my bitch. He knows it. He knows it. He just don't want to admit to it, but he knows it.
So Cypher, you see yourself getting back into streaming this year? Or are you still taking care of some loose ends?
To be honest, I don't know if I'll actually be streaming my like Let's Plays or anything anymore.
Okay.
But my wife's trying to convince me to go back to the podcast.
And that was a good podcast, yeah.
It's one thing if I pop up in someone else's stream and I'm playing a game or something, but for me to keep my eyes on chat, you know, the camera, setting up, stuff like that, it takes a lot out of me, and my health isn't the greatest.
Oh, I know.
Right.
So...
Yeah, because the last time I saw you is when I helped you set up everything. That was back in springtime, I think.
And I think the last stream I did was the podcast, but the last actual Let's Plays I did, I think it was a 4th of July stream or something, or Labor Day or something. I can't remember what it was. It was a holiday, and I did a couple hours of Subnautica, and then that night, me and my wife played a couple hours of Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah. I remember...
That took a toll on me.
Oh, wow. I remember the first stream you did was Left 4 Dead 2, where you did the Resident Evil 2 mod. And
I never did that.
That was a phenomenal stream for you. You had, starting off, 6 or 7 viewers. I think you got up to 10. I was like... This is really good for you. I was so happy for you, man. We put out the word, and everybody's...
I couldn't believe that.
And that was a phenomenal first stream. Your first stream, you're not going to get 100 or 200 viewers, but for what you got, it's phenomenal.
Still pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, man, you are always welcome here in our house when we stream. Like I said, we gotta get you into playing some PUBG with us on Xbox.
Yes,
I'll play games with you guys and all. It's just I can't really run a stream on my own anymore. It's just too much.
Oh, it's always that's fine. Yeah, if you ever want to pop in stream wise, if we're, hopefully maybe we'll get together for because we're still gonna do some more Chicken Squad episodes. And I was telling Doc earlier, Chicken Squad episode 25 gonna make a comeback in January.
I can't wait for that. I got to be a part of that one.
So
as it is, my wife was talking to me the other night, and she's talking about us maybe scrapping Team Encoder altogether and rebranding, and even scrapping Utter Random Crap and turning it into something new.
Okay,
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, it's always nice to rehash some stuff, like a phoenix, arising from the ashes with something new.
You remember the YouTube channel back when it was purely Team Encoder?
Yeah.
The old YouTube days where Utter Random Crap thrived for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Had about, I think, 21 episodes.
Yep.
And that was because after Tim kind of bailed, me and my wife tried to keep it running, and it just wasn't as funny when it was just me and her. You know?
Yeah. Usually, when you got more than 2 people interacting for a podcast, it makes for some entertainment because you got more opinions, you got more views there on a certain subject rather than just 2 people back and forthing it. You got another person there to interact with and give their own opinions on the subject.
Yeah, so what we're thinking about doing is when we do the podcast, it's probably going to go back to the old school way where it's usually on YouTube, but occasionally we'll do a live one.
Yeah.
Because if you remember the first one that we didn't exactly have any topics or anything to talk about.
Yeah, you just randomly just came up and just said anything. Like we mentioned earlier, your thing of, oh yeah, Whitey up the street. Who? Yeah, Whitey.
God.
Ironically, the story behind that very first episode was it wasn't even supposed to be an episode. It was I was being a smartass towards Tim when he was hanging out one night, and he happened to turn the recorder on his phone, and I didn't know. So I'm saying all this shit to him and stuff, and then after we're done the conversation, he goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, I was recording it."
Oh shit!
I'm like, "You son of a bitch." So we listened back to it, and we got a good laugh out of it. And I went, "You know what? We're gonna post this." And that's what's spun into the idea of, maybe we should just have a podcast of us just doing this random shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what should we call it? And after a while, I started thinking, well, it's usually random what we say, and it's usually shit what we say.
Mm-hmm.
So then I just thought of, why don't we just call it utter random crap?
and it worked. We had so many good topics too. There was some where I was involved.
Yep.
Like we were talking about the death of Donatello and the Ninja Turtle comics, and probably one of the biggest memorable ones for me is where I came up with a topic and we ran with it. It was like vampires versus zombies.
That was one of our better topics.
Yeah, it was like, who would survive in an apocalypse? So vampires or zombies,
I thought we were going to get shut down after the 4th episode, though.
What was that?
One of Tim's friends came over, right?
Mm-hmm.
And had a topic for us, but he was one of those, what do you call them, juggalos or something like that?
Oh, God.
And one of the younger ones, that acts like, oh, he ain't got to act, civilized any way, shape, or form.
The ones that act racist at times and shit. And...
and none of us caught it at first until after I posted the episode. But at one point, he did say the M-word.
Oh, I remember you saying that, yeah.
And I went, oh, God, no. I'm thinking, oh, my God. And that's when I said I had to put protocols in, like, you can say almost anything, but certain things you can't say.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, my God. Luckily, that didn't survive the purge of my old computer.
Yeah.
I still have some of my old episodes, though. Apparently, Google backed up some of them.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. You even had them. I think you still got them uploaded on your YouTube, don't you?
I mean, shoot, I wasn't even Cypher Xavier then. Well, in real life, it was a nickname, but
yeah,
I was Encoder Tom at the time because it was Team Encoder.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I just dropped the encoder and I just went by my real name.
Let's see. All right, there's your channel. You got 4 videos. Oh, those are probably just your streams. I was going to say, I thought maybe you had your older stuff up on there.
Oh, no, I don't have it up in there. I mean, I could repost some of it.
Okay. Yeah, there was your best stream. Left 4 Dead 2. Yeah, that was a really good stream right there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say is, I'll be seen occasionally. It just probably not on my own channel.
Oh yeah, like I said, even when you and the wife get a podcast scrap together, if you need any co-hosts,
I was part of your old team back on YouTube for a while.
Yeah.
Until Team Encoder started to grow traction for a little bit, and shit went south a little bit, and.
Yeah, it went south for a lot of us. Yeah, we were dealing with internet trolls and shit, and that's all water under the bridge now. And
yeah,
now we're just sitting here acting like gay $2 bills and shit.
I ain't no gay $2 bill.
I think
his bitch is though.
I'm only surprised.
You know what we're talking about.
Dark.
See, Wolf, everybody talks about your Wolfie style, but I don't think anybody deserves that pain and harmony.
Oh!
Wolfie style is not Fat Squatch approved. And we also have to make sure it's a Dorito-free zone, because we do not need any Wild Hubbards trying to get Wolfie style.
Oh my god.
Wolf says, "Shut up." I'm waiting for him to, no, you let me listen now.
Thus, Wolfie style was born. All thanks to the Shadow Man.
He gonna get into an argument with us one day. He's like, "No, you let me listen now." We're all just gonna shut up.
He tells me that at least, 5 times a night? Shut up, Shadow.
He might be telling us all to shut up, though. I'm not sure.
Nah, he's in the middle of Wolfie style right now as we talking.
Oh, you let me listen now.
That's how he gets that 600K.
Yeah. Oh God, Cypher! I don't even think you know about that dude.
All you need now is a fat beat and some lyrics, and you got a song called Wolfie Style.
I'll be making 600K.
I used to write raps. I could come up with one if anybody wants that to happen. I'm just throwing it out there.
Hold up! Somebody's offended. Oh God, I don't even think I told you about that dude, did I?
Oh God, here we go.
He goes by the name Wagon on YouTube, Wagon Engineers.
Oh yeah, that guy's got that really high pitched voice.
Yeah, he's a fucking loser. He's like, oh God, like there was one day where he was streaming something. He was singing on stream, and me, Wolf, and Bane were hanging out playing Magic the Gathering. And I pulled it up, so Bane, he goes in there with his account, and he's trolling the fuck out of him in his chat, and it's really triggering him too. Like he first went, "Hold up, we gotta stop. Somebody's offended," and then he walks out of the room, and I'm like, "Oh goddamn!" He came back.
We know it was offended.
Oh yeah, he kept coming back to where the ultimate rage happened, and Bane said something because the dude had somebody on Discord in his head, and he was like, "Hey Bane, I know what you could do with bleach. You could take that bleach and wash your clothes, and you can wear your." I'm like, "What the fuck is this dude talking about?"
What?
So then Bane said something else. I forgot what it was. No, I know what it was. He was like, he wrote, "Who's the retard in the chat talking?" And the Wagon's like, "Who's the retard? Okay, who is behind this account? 'Cause you know who I am, but who the fuck are you?"
Really? I thought he was Mickey Mouse.
Then he's screaming, "Who's behind that fucking account?"
It's Disney, bitch.
I'm like, oh God, we triggered this dude so fucking bad. We were fucking laughing in tears. That shit was hilarious. I'm like, this dude thinks he can rap. Like, when you listen to him rap, I'm like, God, I think I'd rather listen to Machine Gun Kelly.
I think you sent me a link, and shortly after that, I typed into you, "What the fuck did I just watch?"
I know, I've been there. I've been there when they shared that in the chat. I've seen the exact reaction.
I even got a clip of that stream. It's like on my Facebook right now. I got a clip of that on there. I sent it to Dark. I was like, "Hey, Dark, Bane triggered somebody." He's like, "That's my boy." Oh God. 20. Oh, that's 2018 in the recap. Yeah, that happened in 2018 too. Oh God.
I wonder what's going to happen in 2018 too.
Yeah, Dark. What's going to happen in part 2 of 2018?
I wonder what's going to happen in 2018 2.5.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be what 20 like no fucking 2020. It's 2018 part 3. Well, no, if you want to go back, let's see, a great that passed away a couple years ago, Leslie Nielsen. If you want to do it right, Dark, it's 2018 2.5, and then 2020 is going to be 2020 or 28. No, it's going to be 2018 33 and a third.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, to the party.
There we go. We're gonna make that a meme. I'm gonna get Photoshop up and running. Like, here you go, guys. The next couple years, wait for it.
Yeah, I'd get Photoshop up and running, but apparently my old computer won't boot again.
Oh, wow. The one that just got fixed?
Yeah, the one that just got fixed keeps saying Windows had a problem, and then it keeps sending me on this loop again.
Oh, Jesus.
No Windows.
I'm thinking about just wiping the hard drive completely, reformatting it, and stick it in the new computer. That way it becomes a 2 terabyte.
There you go. That's always a good way to do it.
Probably the best option at this point if he's doing that shit.
Yeah, that's a problem, though, because that was the thing that had Photoshop on it where I made all my logos and shit, and now I can't do it.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Well, guys, I know we have a whole bunch more we can talk about, but we could save it up for another episode in 2019. But to recap, yeah, 2018 was it was a good year. It was a bad year. We had a lot of good, bad moments. You know, we had a lot of downtime, but hopefully 2018 part 2 will be much better. The video games were pretty good. The movies were good. You know, we had a lot of good times. We had a lot of bad times.
Dreams were good. That's for sure.
So from the gang all here, and even Cypher Xavier, who we will have in future streams as well. Whenever his
face it, I'm part of the gang.
There we go. 2019.
I'm part of the gang. I'm not really on my channel anymore. I'm part of your gang. Let's face it.
I still expect a Wolfie style Fat Squad video.
We'll go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and make you an official part of Arrow Entertainment. Cypher Xavier, welcome 2019 to Arrow Entertainment.
I've worked with you before.
Yeah, you work with us again. So there we go. Good end to 2018. Cypher Xavier, part of Arrow Entertainment. We will make it official tonight, New Year's Eve, and unfortunately, we won't be drinking to celebrate. But
I'm gonna cry.
So yeah, it's been one of those years. Hopefully, next year will be good. So from myself here, I do say Happy New Year's Eve to all
Happy New Year's,
y'all.
guys.
And the new home of Fat Squatch.
Yep, Fat Squatch right here on Arrow Entertainment.
And Wolfie style.
He's going to hold that arrow in one hand and something else in another.
Is that Fat Squatch style?
Yeah.
That's Fat Squatch style. Oh,
hopefully whatever it isn't rising.
Probably already did.
Squatch rises in 2019.
It was M&M's.
My, that wasn't a cucumber.
That was a pickle.
Ain't thick enough.
Who wants to be talking about Wolf again, huh?
Need a big ass zucchini.
Oh,
I'll give you a zucchini.
Well, it's got squash. Well, you could just use a squash.
Yeah.
Hey, Fat Squatch. Fat Squash. There we go.
Squash. There you go.
There you go. I mean, after all, that's what Kira always said. He's like the squash.
The squash.
The Fat Squatch is going to give you the Fat Squash.
So any last words for you guys for the stream before I close it out?
Like I said, it's been a great year, guys, and I'm looking forward to 2019. These idiots. But seriously, I love all you guys. All of you.
And we hate you too. I'm just kidding.
My finger is up on the screen right now. My finger is up on the screen right now. I'm not lying. I'll take a picture. I am fucking missing so hard. That Squatch loves me at least.
And Wolf, if you got anything to say, go ahead and put it in the chat, man. It will come up on the screen as well. Anyways, I bet you go Cypher.
Wolfie style.
Well, I know I haven't been around too long even on my original channel. I've had more downtime than you have.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I'll be seeing more in this coming year. We shall see.
Yep, it's going to be a big year. Hopefully I'll get a new TV here soon since this motherfucker would decide to die on me.
Feels good to be part of a group again.
Yeah, definitely, man.
The whole solo thing was getting kind of boring.
It does. I know, trust me. Yeah,
No,
I guess Wolfie's last words are, yeah, you all suck. Just kidding.
No, he's the one that sucks. He did last night. Oh.
You sure that's just kidding? He could say jerking.
That's shadow jerking. Oh, wait.
The shadow jerk.
That's going to be in 2019, too. It's coming.
There you go. There you go. That's one way to put 2018, Wolf. Grrr.
You gotta watch out. You're gonna get that dark reacher rant.
Oh. And on that note, peace out, guys. I'm done.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good evening, a good New Year's Eve. Happy New Year to you all. We will all see you in 2019. Good to have the guys here. Welcome to Arrow Entertainment. Cypher, Xavier, Dark. I know you were in here earlier. Thanks for coming in, man. Awesome. Happy New Year to you, man. Happy New Year, Wolf. Happy New Year, Shadow. To those of you who can't be here with us, Bane, Kira, and everyone else, all the fans, y'all have a good New Year. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to follow us on twitch.tv/arrow with a name. Be sure to leave a follow. Also, for more great content coming in the future, follow us on Twitter at ArrowOfficial17. If you are not on Twitter, if you are on Facebook, follow us, facebook.com/arrow with a name 18. We will all see you in the new year. And have a good night, y'all.
Peace out, guys.